It's Friday, October 17th.
A well-hit ball to right field, going to backhand zone. It's gone! He did it again!
The series is tied. The Toronto Blue Jays come back from a 2-game deficit in the ALCS. Now just 2 wins away from the World Series.
KISS guitarist and founding member Ace Frehley has died after an accident in his home. More on the reaction from the music world.
Tell me, would you wait for me? Baby, I'm a rolling stone.
And the halftime show performer for this year's Grey Cup has been revealed. MGK will take the stage during the big game next month. Your Morning Ottawa starts right now.
Good morning. Come on in. I'm Rosie Edden.
Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb, and that's exciting news about the Jays, MGK. So many cool things happening.
Sens, Jays, MGK. It's a good day to be a sports fan as well as an MGK fan.
Yeah, except for a Red Blacks fan, because we will not be going to the Grey Cup this year, unfortunately.
Yeah, not the year for the Red Blacks.
No, absolutely not. But it could be your year, because the CTV Your Morning 20K giveaway continues today. So make sure you're watching every hour for that daily code word, and of course your chance to win that $20,000.
So Melissa mentioned that daily code word. We'll be on a little bit later on in the show, and that's your chance to get in to win some big money. You can buy playoff tickets for everything that we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks.
Absolutely.
Thinking about it, here we are on Friday, just thinking about $20K. It's just like a perfect combination. Get the weekend going with a whole lot of money.
Absolutely.
And you know what? And a whole lot of good news, too. We're going to begin with sports because a lot of people are talking about it. The Toronto Blue Jays rallied in Game 4 in Seattle, tying up the series with the Mariners.
A well-hit ball to right field, going to backhand zone. It's gone! He did it again!
In back-to-back games, the Mariners get out to the early lead, and Andre Jimenez answers with a 2-run shot. The Jays scoring 3 in the third and 2 more in the fourth. Guerrero Jr. also hitting home runs in back-to-back games. And the Blue Jays go on to win 8-2. Now the series is tied at 2 games apiece. The Jays and Mariners are back at it tonight for Game 5 a little bit earlier. First pitch is scheduled for just after 6.
Ottawa police are investigating yet another suspicious fire at a magic mushroom dispensary. This one broke out Thursday afternoon at a shop on Rideau Street near Dalhousie. This fire was already out by the time emergencies responders arrived at the scene. The blaze has been deemed suspicious, and now the arson unit is leading the investigation. This is the 4th fire at a magic mushroom dispensary since the start of September.
Tough talk from the Prime Minister as he looks to make changes to the criminal code and crack down on repeat offenders.
Canada's new government will also toughen sentences for repeat offenders of auto theft, of organized crime, and of home invasion.
Carney says the bill will also be aimed at violent offenders. It comes after repeated calls from Premier Doug Ford and federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to get tougher on crime and criminals, and in particular to make bail harder to get. To that end, the PM says one of his major proposals will make the onus of being granted bail fall on the accused and not the Crown.
In recent months, we've shared the stories of many homeowners who've had to rip out thousands of dollars of landscaping work because it was violated Ottawa bylaws. Now, the city is taking action to prevent that, and landscapers may soon be required to get a license in order to do their work. If approved, this would come into effect on March 1st, 2026. Landscapers who do hardscaping work would be required to pay an annual licensing fee of $441, have insurance, written contracts with clients, identify their vehicles on site, and provide an education guide to homeowners.
I'm disappointed that it's going through, or almost for sure going through. I don't think it's going to accomplish what they're hoping it will accomplish. It's very common, and it is an issue, and we try to help and educate people when we're installing new extensions that are within the limits.
The owners of this Canada property were told they'd have to rip up their $40,000 landscaping project because it violated bylaws. The head of bylaw has said they are using discretion to put off enforcement until the spring. Legendary Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley has died in New Jersey at the age of 74. He was the co-founder and original lead guitarist for the band Kiss, known as the Spaceman or Space Ace for his stage makeup. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the band in 2014. Frehley died of brain injuries he sustained in a fall last month. He was 74 years old.
The Ottawa Senators confirmed that Captain Brady Tkachuk has undergone surgery on his thumb after being injured during Monday's home opener.
And finally touched up by the Predators. And Ottawa is going to have a two-man advantage for 30.
His right hand was injured after he was cross-checked into the boards in the first period. The Senators say yesterday's surgery was successful. The expected recovery time is about 6 to 8 weeks. And at last night's game,
skating out towards the bench, and now it'll be 6-on-5. Goaltender out. Towards goal. Scores!
Ah, that beautiful sound. Under 2 minutes left in regulation, Dylan Cousins with a one-timer ties this game and sends it to overtime. In the extra frame, Linus Ullmark with a couple of great saves to keep Ottawa alive. And this goes to a shootout, and the Sens take it 4-3. Ottawa is back at home tomorrow for a matinee game against the New York Islanders, and that was their first home win of the season.
Love to see it. And a dog who has spent well over a year in the care of the Ottawa Humane Society now has her forever home.
Ladybug is a 6-year-old American bulldog who arrived at the shelter in August 2024. She was found lost, alone, and with a mass on her foot that resulted in the amputation of one of her legs.
She has now been adopted after spending more than 400 days at the shelter, and that is the longest amount of time a dog has ever been in their care. There you go. You found your forever home, Ladybug.
There's your happy story
Right?
Friday.
I'm like, why is this bringing tears to my eyes this morning on a Friday? It's so special. 400 days, the longest stay, and now has a forever home.
And you know that, too, for those animals, too, that are just there for such a long period of time, no matter how amazing the care is, they're still, like, in those rooms left alone. So it's such a nice story to have that pup have a home that it can get nice and comfortable with and live the life.
Beautiful.
Absolutely. We have some great weather for the dogs today.
Yeah.
A little bit of a cool start to your morning. Temperatures are really fluctuating. Early this morning, we were sitting at 0. Now we're sitting at 1 degree. So definitely a cooler start to your morning. The good news is it will be a beautiful fall day in the forecast later on this afternoon. Chillier temps in Brockville, -4, -3 along the Seaway, 3 currently in Montreal. So temperatures a little bit chilly to start things off. It won't be as bad tonight. Nice and clear out there to start off your morning. So in our skies today, we will get to see a mix of sun and cloud and a beautiful fall day. Not overly hot, just average temperatures for this time of the year. 13 degrees is our daytime high. So a very similar day to what we did see yesterday is what we will see today. But the weekend, I can't wait to show you the Sunday forecast because it's going to be beautiful and quite warm. So temperatures really similar to what we're going to deal with here. 13 throughout most of our region. 12 will be the daytime high in the valley. Some areas to the west of us, Pembroke, Bancroft in the valley, you could see some scattered showers into your morning this morning, but it should clear up later on this afternoon. For us, we could see a little bit of rain overnight tonight, mainly this evening into your overnight, but it will clear up in time for tomorrow. Overnight low, not nearly as cold, dropping down to 9 tonight, which means it will be much warmer to start off your day tomorrow. Cloudier conditions for tomorrow, but a little bit above season with a high of 15. Then check out Sunday. Our days in the 20s are not over yet. 23 is your high for Sunday, mix of sun and clouds, so a gorgeous warm day in the forecast for us. As we head into next week, still looking a little soggy and very average conditions, especially from Wednesday right through until the end of the work week. On your roads this morning, it is smooth sailing, no issues east to west. We are collision free, which is great news on your drive in. Now let's check out your TSN must-see moment.
Hey there, Lindsay Hamilton in the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. We are taking a trip to Montreal for this one. It is the Canadiens and Predators. Montreal down 1. Net empty in the final minute. Jonathan Marchessault takes a shot, but Lane Hutson denies him. Then immediately fires the perfect pass up to Cole Caulfield. Beats UC Soros to tie it. Caulfield also scoring the OT winner for a second straight game, might I add. The heroics from Hudson and Caulfield earning them the must-see moment. Meanwhile, tonight on TSN, Week 20 in the CFL kicks off with a doubleheader. You got the Rough Riders against the Blue Bombers, and then the Lions hosting the Elks. Coverage begins 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. That's all for now from the SportsCenter Newsroom. Have a fantastic Friday.
Coming up on Your Morning Ottawa, treating a silent disease that impacts millions of Canadians. We have more on an Ontario clinic using a therapy to help patients manage chronic pain. That is coming up when we return. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. On your Friday, you are watching Your Morning Ottawa. Good morning, Ottawa.
Your morning just got a little brighter. Wake up and start your day with CTV Your Morning, and you could be $20,000 richer. Simply watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa for the daily code word. Then enter it online at ctvottawa.ca for your chance to win. Imagine what you could do with an extra $20,000. CTV Your Morning's $20,000 giveaway. Watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa, weekday morning 6 to 9.
Tamarack Ottawa Race Weekend returns May 23rd and 24th, and it's never too early to join Canada's biggest running celebration. From the full and the half marathons to the 10K, the 5K, and the 2K, there's a distance for everyone. Register early to save on fees, jumpstart your training, and get ahead on fundraising in the Desjardins Charity Challenge. Join thousands at the start line and be a part of something amazing. Visit runottawa.ca for more information.
Welcome back. Here are the big stories we are following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Ottawa police are investigating yet another suspicious fire at a magic mushroom dispensary. Landscapers may soon be required to get a license in order to do their work. And Prime Minister Mark Carney announced a new bail reform bill aimed at cracking down on violent and repeat offenders. Your full newscast in 15 minutes, but first, a check on the forecast.
Yeah, and it is a little cool to start on your Friday. Temperatures, though, will reach seasonal this afternoon. And no complaints when we do see sunshine this time of year, but definitely the last 2 days we were having those crispy mornings. But if you're looking for some warmth to make a return, stay tuned for the full forecast because Sunday is looking beautiful. And out on your roads at this hour, nothing major to report. We are cruising up to 616 on your Friday. Traffic is smooth sailing for the time being. If we have any delays, construction, or collisions, we'll be sure to let you know throughout the morning.
Roughly 8 million Canadians live with chronic pain. New therapies are being offered, more options for relief, but many say stigma and a lack of information are still posing problems. Here's CTV's health reporter Pauline Chan.
It was a foot injury 11 years ago that started Aaron Adams' experiences with chronic pain, defined as pain lasting more than 3 months.
When that happens, the nervous system, there's changes to our nervous system.
Pain signals continue, often even after an injury has healed. For 13 months, Aaron's foot remained swollen until she was diagnosed with complex regional pain syndrome.
I've been to physio, been to chiro, been to massage therapy. I was an inpatient.
And while she appreciates everyone did their best to help, nothing brought relief until she saw Dr. Zamir Pirani 2 years ago.
Chronic pain is an epidemic. So 1 in 5 Canadians currently suffer with chronic pain. It's a silent disease.
And he says in seniors, the rate is more like 1 in 3 people, with the numbers growing as Canada's population ages. Aaron says stigma is also high.
It's very derogative because they think they can't see it, right? Well, you walk fine. I don't see you walking with a limp. What's wrong with it?
Pirani's clinics, one in Toronto and now one in Hamilton, offer a holistic approach to chronic pain management. They do procedures like the nerve-pulsed radio frequency treatment Aaron receives, where X-ray guided bursts of radio frequency disrupt rather than destroy the nerves. Medications are another important factor for patients, but equally important are other psychological therapies.
We know that cognitive behavioral therapy, psychological interventions, managing their depression, their anxiety, their loneliness, their isolation. These all have a massive magnitude of effect for patients suffering with chronic pain.
We do things like breath work and humming. And I mean, breathwork can really change the acidity of your blood dramatically. So by blowing off a tremendous amount of carbon dioxide, you make the blood more alkaline.
Dr. Monty Sawala says this change allows the nerves to essentially reboot. Their in-person supportive programs are covered by OHIP. The goal is not necessarily to eliminate 100% of the pain, but to educate the patient and reduce the pain so that they can go on to live a full life. Pauline Chan, CTV News.
All right, coming up, we want to see your pets' Halloween costumes, and we know if you got them, you want to send them to us. Send us your photos at yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca, and we will show them a little bit later on this hour. We'll show you some of ours as well. We have some CTV staff who've dressed up the pets over the past few years. Maybe have plans for this year, too. Live look through our Skycam on George Street, and you can kind of see through that camera that it's a little crispy out there, so bundle up, but a very nice afternoon. Happy Friday, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. A player beware message now for those who love pickleball, a one-time backyard pastime with a quirky name that's become one of the fastest growing sports in Canada. A new study shows that it is serving up a growing number of eye injuries. CTV's Alex Carpa on what you can do to play safely.
The sport of pickleball is a hit with Canadians and is growing in popularity.
Fell in love with it instantly.
Tony Scavarelli has been playing for 3 years. He likes it so much, he became an instructor.
Pickleball is probably one of the best sports for you physically and mentally.
But as the sport's popularity grows, so too do the number of injuries. In addition to the regular knee and shoulder pains, a new study from the Journal of the American Medical Association finds that pickleball-related eye injuries have increased over the past 4 years.
You're generally a little bit lower. People lob in this game a lot more than they were before as well, and so you have that downward momentum. If people just may not have their paddle in the right place to secure it, and also just not expecting it as well.
The report finds that some of the more severe eye injuries include orbital fractures and retinal detachment from either the pickleball itself or the paddle.
Whenever something's very popular, you see more injuries.
Optometrist Dr. Nadine Shelton says she saw a handful of patients for pickleball-related injuries this past summer. She says people should wear eye protection even though it's not mandatory.
We're going to recommend wearing glasses, wearing sunglasses. There is sports glasses. We can do safety glasses, or have had groups of people coming in, sometimes even as a pickleball team, getting sports glasses or getting safety glasses to protect their eyes.
A message on safety, Scavarelli says he will give to the new players so they too can enjoy the sport he loves. Alex Carpa, CTV News, Winnipeg.
This is a fun one today. On Your Morning Ottawa, we are asking you to send us your pets' Halloween costumes. We'll give you some more Halloween costume ideas for your pups coming up a little bit later on in the show, but for now, we want to see yours. yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. Send them this way, and we have the most beautiful one to start with.
Oh, yes. Okay, so my late dog, Zoe, I love dressing her up, and so she's had some pet costumes over the years. This is Zoe the elf.
Yay!
So I have dressed her up as an elf. Yep, my little 5-pound teacup Maltipoo. This was Zoe. This was like so I got her on Halloween, believe it or not.
Nice.
So when she first arrived, this was like day one of her being at my house. I dressed her in a little bumblebee costume. So she obviously was very new to the surroundings. And then Zoe the Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer.
Little Christmas theme happening there.
Yeah, because I guess they had them out at the same time and they were just so cute, and with her coloring, I thought she was adorable. So I dressed her significantly throughout the years.
And how did Zoe like it?
She didn't. Yeah, I can't say she loved it. She definitely tried to get out of it and would like bite the costume and spin and run around, especially like the dresses and stuff. I had wings at one point for her. I had a whole bunch of costumes. She didn't love it, but she, you know, she was a trooper and she dealt with it and she posed for me and I got my photos and then I was happy. She was happy when I took it off.
And you got the pictures, and there you go.
Exactly.
So
and you know, maybe didn't like it, but then you could tell from like the one photo, like Zoe was posing for the camera.
Oh,
so
yeah.
like, you know, at least she knew what she was doing.
She sure did. She sure did. She ended up loving the jacket because it signified we were going outside. So there were certain things she didn't mind putting on, but the costumes, especially the Rudolph when it had bells in it.
Oh yeah.
So when she ran around, it'd be like jiggly, and she'd be like looking around, like, "What is this, Mom? Like, what did you put on me?"
Zoe did it for Mom.
Yeah,
Zoe did it for Mom.
She
there
did.
You go.
Yeah, she was a trooper that way.
We want you to send us your pets' Halloween costumes. Send them our way. We want to see them all. Come on, keep them coming. Your Morning Ottawa at ctv.ca. We're going to bring you more Halloween cuteness coming up. Stay tuned to learn more about the Hintonburg Halloween and see some adorable pet costume ideas as well. Oh yeah, we got a fashion show and everything coming up. That's headed our way on Your Morning Ottawa. We're going to be right back.
CTV Ottawa is your home for local news.
Katie Griffin, CTV News in the Byward Market.
Centertown.
Canada.
Stittsville. Bringing you local stories that matter the most to you.
Kimberly Fowler in Westboro.
Orleans. Barhaven.
From every corner of the community.
In the Glebe.
Manotick.
Merrickville.
Brockville. From the team you trust, we are CTV News Ottawa.
Live, local, breaking news. CTV News Ottawa.
Good morning. I'm Rosie Edden.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb. And I must tell you, it is a little bit of a cool start to your morning. Temperatures really hovering around that freezing mark today to start your day off. The good news is, can you believe we still have some temperatures in the 20s in our 7-day forecast?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's not over yet. The summer-like weather is hanging on by a thread, but it's hanging.
And for the weekend as well, so Sunday looks beautiful.
Exactly.
That's not the only thing heating up, though, because sports heating up, too. We're starting with the Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays rallied in Game 4 in Seattle, tying up the series with the Mariners.
A well-hit ball to right field, going to backhand zone. It's gone! He did it again!
In back-to-back games, the Mariners get out to the early lead, and Andres Jimenez answers with a 2-run shot. The Jays scoring 3 in the third and 2 more in the fourth. Guerrero Jr. also hitting home runs in back-to-back games. The Blue Jays go on to win Game 4 8-2 and even the series at 2 games apiece. The Jays and Mariners are back at it tonight for Game 5. First pitch is scheduled for just after 6.
Ottawa police are investigating yet another suspicious fire at a magic mushroom dispensary. This one broke out Thursday afternoon at a shop on Rideau Street near Dalhousie. The fire was already out by the time emergency responders arrived at the scene. The blaze has been deemed suspicious, and now the arson unit is leading the investigation. This is the 4th fire at a magic mushroom dispensary since the start of September.
Tough talk from the Prime Minister as he looks to make changes to the criminal code and crack down on repeat offenders.
Canada's new government will also toughen sentences for repeat offenders of auto theft, of organized crime, and of home invasion.
Carney says the bill will also be aimed at violent offenders. It comes after repeated calls from Premier Doug Ford and federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to get tougher on crime and criminals, and in particular, to make bail harder to get. To that end, the PM says one of his major proposals will make the onus of being granted bail fall on the accused and not on the Crown.
In recent months, we've shared the stories of many homeowners who've had to rip out thousands of dollars of landscaping work because it was violated Ottawa bylaws. Now, the city is taking action to prevent that, and landscapers may soon be required to get a license in order to do their work. If approved, this would come into effect on March 1st, 2026. Landscapers who do hardscaping work would be required to pay an annual licensing fee of $441, have insurance, written contracts with clients, identify their vehicles on site, and provide an education guide to homeowners.
I'm disappointed that it's going through, or almost for sure going through. I don't think it's going to accomplish what they're hoping it will accomplish. It's very common, and it is an issue, and we try to help and educate people when we're installing new extensions that are within the limits.
You may remember the owners of this Canada property. They were told they'd have to rip up their $40,000 landscaping project because it violated bylaws. The head of bylaw has said they are using discretion to put off enforcement until the spring. Legendary Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley has died in New Jersey at the age of 74. He was the co-founder and original lead guitarist for the band Kiss. Known as the Spaceman or Space Ace for his stage makeup, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the band in 2014. Frehley died of brain injuries he sustained in a fall last month. He was 74 years old.
To sports now, the Ottawa Senators confirmed that Captain Brady Tkachuk has undergone surgery on his thumb after being injured during Monday's home opener.
And finally touched up by the Predators, and Ottawa's going to...
Tkachuk's right hand was injured after he was cross-checked into the boards in the first period. The Senators say yesterday's surgery was successful. He's expected to be back in maybe 6 to 8 weeks, but at last night's game...
Skating out towards the bench, and now it'll be 6-on-5. Goaltender out. Towards goal. Scores!
The goal horn we love to hear in the city. Under 2 minutes left in regulation, Dylan Cousins with the one-timer ties it and sends it to overtime. In the extra frame, Linus Ullmark with a couple of great saves to keep Ottawa alive. And this one goes to shootout, and the Sens take the W, 4-3. Ottawa back at home tomorrow for a matinee game against the New York Islanders.
The Canadian passport has overtaken its American counterpart in a passport power ranking. The Henley Passport Index ranks Canada 9th for how many countries Canadians can access without applying for a visa. The U.S. passport is in 12th place, knocked out of the top 10 for the first time. Singapore sits at number 1.
And your morning just got a whole lot richer, and that's because we're giving away that $20K, and it's time for your daily code word.
Imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand, a dream vacation. How about home renovations or paying off bills? The possibilities are endless.
And today's code word, very fitting and very hard to forget. It's Friday. Head to the contest page at ctvottawa.ca or scan that QR code on the right side of your screen. Enter code word Friday along with your information at your chance to win CTV Your Morning Ottawa's $20,000 giveaway. Make sure to tune in on Monday. We will have a brand new code word for you. Good luck to everybody.
Friday is such a feel-good word, right? There's just something that instantly when you hear the word Friday, it's like, it's exciting, makes you feel happy.
And we have a lot of excitement because it's Friday today. We have a beautiful Sunday ahead. The Jays won. Yes. The Senators won. It's just, it's a good feel vibe Friday.
And the Red Blacks win Saturday.
we're gonna hopeful that the winning train can continue with our local team.
It would be nice for them to get their 5th win of the season.
Yes, that would be very nice.
Yes.
Yikes.
Yes.
We can only hope.
It is. Yikes it is.
Yikes.
Say it ain't so. At least the forecast is looking beautiful for the game on Saturday. Clear and cool starts to your morning into your afternoon. Beautiful sunshine, a gorgeous fall day. The weekend looking extremely warm, especially as we head into Sunday. Sitting at 1 still here in the capital, so it is quite a cool start to your morning. Keep that in mind before heading outside. You will need a jacket today, especially, oh, look at that. Brockville just got colder. They're sitting at -4 now, -3 out along the Seaway, so that's our colder parts of the region this morning. It is nice and clear outside, so we are expecting clear conditions throughout the day ahead, so nothing that that will make your drive, obstruct your drive on your way into work or your way home from work. Everything should be smooth sailing and clear on the roads this morning as well as later on tonight. Areas in the valley, Bancroft, you could see some scattered showers early this morning. Probably could start raining very shortly if it's not all raining already. 14 for Trenton today, Kingston 13 for us here in the city, same along Cornwall. So everybody really dealing with these very seasonal-like conditions into your afternoon. 12 for Kitigan-Zibi, as well as in Petawawa and over in Mont Tremblant. So over the next couple of days, it's going to gradually warm up, especially as we head into Sunday. That's the day that temps will reach those 20s. 9 is the overnight low for us here. We could see a few scattered showers this evening into your overnight, but it will clear up in time for tomorrow. A cloudy day for tomorrow, but beautiful conditions, really warm with a high of 15 for the last Red Blacks home game of the season. As we head into Sunday, this is the day you want to make some outdoor plans. Gorgeous day ahead. Temperatures still in the 20s for at least one day in the 7-day forecast. 23 is your high, mix of sun and cloud. Next week, very average conditions Monday and through Tuesday. Wednesday and through Thursday is looking a little bit cooler and a little bit soggy as we head into next week.
Weather brought to you by Manotick Place Retirement Community, a community you can call home.
And we are still collision-free on the roads. Nothing major to report. Traffic is actually moving fairly decent this morning. We're starting to see a little volume build on the 416 and 417, but no major delays at this time.
Traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers, 1-800-JUSTICE.
And coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, a new report has found Canadians are growing tired of doing business with Canada's big 5 banks, with smaller banks on the rise. Details coming up a little bit later on in our show. Taking a peek through our sky cam. Woo, it's chilly out there, but it's good vibes Friday. Jays win, Sens win, Red Blacks hopefully get a win this weekend. Stay with us. It is 6:40 on your Friday. Welcome back, everybody. Here are the big stories that we're following today on Your Morning Ottawa. Ottawa police are investigating yet another suspicious fire at a magic mushroom dispensary. Landscapers may soon be required to get a license in order to do their work. And Prime Minister Mark Carney announced a new bail reform bill aimed at cracking down on violent and repeat offenders. Full details on all that coming up. We're going to take a look at your Friday forecast.
It is a cool start to your morning. Temps right now hovering around that freezing mark, but into the afternoon, a beautiful fall day. 13 is the daytime high, mainly sunny skies. 9 is the overnight low, so we don't have to deal with cool overnights tonight or into the weekend forecast. Tomorrow, slightly cloudier, but a high of 15. Then Sunday's the gorgeous day, mix of sun and cloud, and a high of 23. On your roads this morning, no major issues still. Volume is starting to build slightly if you are heading eastbound on the 417 around Richmond Pinecrest, but other than that, traffic seems to be smooth sailing this hour.
A new survey of Canada's banks shows that there is a growing divide between Canada's big 5 banks and smaller to mid-sized institutions. While many people are generally satisfied with their banking, there are growing concerns about excessive fees and a lack of customer service. Here's CTV's Pat Forn.
Canada's big 5 banks dominate the financial landscape with more than 80% of all bank customers, but some smaller mid-sized banks are outperforming them when it comes to customer satisfaction. Many people say when it comes to their bank, they don't have too many complaints.
It's the one my parents had when I was a kid, so I still have it, and it's all right.
I've been with them for a while, and I really don't get anything for the loyalty.
I don't have to pay fees.
They're very helpful. I lost my debit card a couple months ago, and they helped me get it back and refill my bank account.
When it comes to the big 5 Canadian banks, RBC was named #1 in customer satisfaction for the second year in a row.
We are seeing that RBC has the highest satisfaction among the big 5 banks.
On a 1,000-point scale, RBC came in at 611 points, followed by CIBC, BMO, TD, and Scotiabank. Customer satisfaction declined 7 points with the big 5 banks over the last year, but rose 5 points with mid-sized banks.
With the mid-sized banks, customer satisfaction is rising with things like online chat, email support, online banking, branch service.
When it comes to mid-sized banks, Tangerine was #1 with 683 points, followed by Simply Financial, National Bank of Canada, Desjardins, and ATB Financial. Tangerine Bank has been #1 in the survey for 14 consecutive years.
Tangerine does everything well that you would expect an online-only bank to do well. But they also do very well at telephone service and resolving problems.
The survey did find banks both big and small are doing a better job when it comes to problem resolution, but not when it comes to opening new accounts and the helpfulness of bank employees. The survey found 7% of customers switched banks last year due to poor service, high fees, or promotional offers from competing banks. Pat Foran, CTV News.
Today on Your Morning Ottawa, we asked you to send us your pets' Halloween costumes, and here are some of your cuties. Oh, take a look at Chloe and Muna as Stitch from Lilo and Stitch. Oh my gosh, this is from Jill and Curtis. They're adorbs. Oh my goodness.
So cute. That's going to be a popular one, I bet you, this year, Lilo and Stitch.
We knew we wouldn't have a problem getting these today. Everybody, this is Finn, sent in from Hillary. Bumblebee costume.
Bumblebee.
That's so cute.
I love it. And Xena up next. This was sent to us from Pamela. So cute, a little unicorn.
Absolutely adorable.
Oh my
He's
gosh.
posing, going, see, look at me, I'm cute, right? And look at Nala as Buzz Lightyear. This is from Gabrielle. Thank you.
So cute.
So cute.
We have Loki as a bunny. This is from Dawn. Maybe with a little treat to make sure we get the photo done perfectly. Looking a little thirsty there, buddy.
Okay, Cooper, hello, as Flash from Anik.
Oh.
Okay, but I'm wondering though, how fast does Cooper move? I don't know, right? Or is it like Flash, or is it just kind of slow, but you know, got the Flash costume on. This is so cute.
And we also have Kina. This is as a princess from Anik. Oh my goodness, look at that.
Looking more like a
That's
queen,
amazing.
if
Yeah,
you will,
absolutely.
Oh,
gorgeous.
My goodness, so cute.
Oh, where are the treats? Yeah, Augie from Christine, getting ready. Oh, little devil,
Little devil, right? Probably fitting for some of our pups.
Oh, bring on the pics. We cannot get enough of your cuties in costumes. We're asking you to send us your pets' Halloween costumes today. Send them our way, Your Morning Ottawa at ctv.ca.
Oh, coming up next, the headliner for this year's Grey Cup halftime show. It's been announced. I'm very excited. MGK will take the stage at this year's big game in Winnipeg. We'll tell you who else is slated to perform coming up a little bit later on in our program. Here's a live look through our Skycam on George Street. It is cool out there. We will get into the low teens this afternoon, but then potentially close to doubling our daytime high into Sunday. Full details on that coming up on your Friday newscast. Stay with us. It is 6:48. We'll be right back.
And it is time for your morning fix, and the headliner for this year's Grey Cup halftime show has been announced.
Tell me, would you wait for me? Baby, I'm a rolling stone. I got a lot of right in me. I don't want to say this wrong.
Singer MGK will be the headliner for this year's Grey Cup halftime show. Canadian alt-rock legends Our Lady Peace will also perform before kickoff, and the Grey Cup will be held on November 16th at the Princess Auto Stadium in Winnipeg.
Somebody right here is happy.
I'm extremely happy, and I'm going to see him. He released his tour,
Nice.
so I'll be seeing him in Montreal. So I don't have to be extremely jealous for this.
No.
I mean, that's actually, I can only go see him if my date gets approved. So
Okay.
here's hoping.
Fingers crossed. And it's one of those songs, that song that it gets in your head. Like I've been singing it all morning since we played it earlier. It's just catchy.
It's just different because he's done like every genre. So some people don't like him. I think one of our producers, I won't call her out, is not the biggest fan. So I was playing his music this morning. Never again.
Well, Netflix says thanks to popular demand, its most streamed movie ever is returning to theaters.
The world will know you as pop stars. But you will be much more than that.
K-pop Demon Hunters became a surprise summer hit on streaming and on the music charts. Also, in an in-person sing-along event that made it to #1 at the weekend box office. So Netflix says it's bringing back the animated musical fantasy film for another sing-along event over the Halloween weekend in several countries, including us here in Canada. Tickets do go on sale tomorrow. This is another one that is so catchy. The kids love it, and you probably know the song. We're going up, up, up. We're going higher.
K-pop.
Yeah, K-pop. It's another catchy one. You hear it, you're going to be singing it all day long. My kids got into this in July when we were on vacation, and I think they watched it about 30 times in the matter of a couple of days. Like, they were obsessed. And then we've been on a bit of a downturn from it because they ended up getting scared of the zombies in their room. So they had zombie nightmares. So
right.
We had to turn it off for a little while.
A little too intense, that part anyway.
Yeah, you never know what imagination they see, and then it comes real for them. So we had to shift from the K-pop for a little bit, but maybe we'll bring it back because the sing-along sounds like a good time.
Yeah, and you'd think K-pop would be safe, but no, the zombies.
Yeah, and I've been seeing online a lot of parents doing this as their Halloween costumes this year, so I feel like we're going to see a lot of this at our doors over Halloween. It's going to be a popular one for sure. And a video from an animal removal company in Southern Ontario is going viral.
All right, buddy, hang on.
Oh, this little raccoon was stuck in a hole in a roof at this London home and needed help to get out. The owner called wildlife control, and a worker used a rope to gently pull the raccoon out. It quickly jumped down a ladder and ran away unharmed. The video, of course, has encountered over 12 million views. There it goes. Bye.
I love the grasping, because it's just like us when you try to catch something
It's
like the
like,
rope.
help me.
Like, that's exactly what we do with our hands. Like, come on, throw it, cooker, Dad.
It always amazes me when animals are very human-like, right? Like, that's what I'm like, wow, it was like reaching for that rope. It knew what was happening. It's like, give me the rope, and just grabbed a hold of it and got pulled out. Look at it.
Raccoons have incredible dexterity.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. They, you think you put a lock on your garbage, they're like, I got this. Open it up.
They like know.
They do this, nope, and then they lock it.
They know the code. Like, they're like, oh, you put a coded lock? I know the secret code for that.
They're smart.
They are.
All right, coming up in the next hour, it's an exciting year in the curling world as Olympic trials are just around the corner. TSN curling commentator Russ Howard shares his perspective on the state of curling. We wrap up wedding week discussing flowers and floral arrangements with Eric Cardinal from Mood Moss Flowers. We're checking out this week's new movies in theaters, including the sequel to a haunting movie. All that more coming up 6:56. Here's a live look through our Centennial Glass Skycam. Good morning, Ottawa.
CTV and TSN 1200 want you to be the Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week. Your team could win $1,000 for new equipment, tournament fees, or an incredible team party.
Shoot us a quick video uploaded at ctvottawa.ca. Whether it's hockey, ringette, choir, band, or any team in between. Each week, the winning team will join us live in studio at CTV Ottawa at 6 to claim their prize.
Enter today for your chance to be Myers Automotive Group Team of the Week.
The National Capital Region is jam-packed with incredible experiences you don't want to miss. Hey, I'm Sanaya Taylor, your iHeartRadio Weekender, powered by Barrhaven Ford. Get the inside scoop on all the biggest and best events every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on CTV, Move 100, Pure Country 94, TSN 1200, and News Talk 580 CFRA. iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barrhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford dealership, and Ontario's #1 Ford EV dealer.
It's Friday, October 17th.
A well-hit ball to right field, going to backhand zone. It's gone! He did it again!
The Jays even the series with a big win in Seattle.
Can I see inside the hollow? Oh, there's more in there.
So there's another bag in there as well.
A shocking investigation into a deadly drug being exported from Canada to gangs in New Zealand and Australia.
And finally touched up by the Predators. And Ottawa is going to have a 2-man advantage for 37-6.
And the Ottawa Senators have confirmed Brady Tkachuk has undergone surgery after he was urgent on Monday. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
We made it. Welcome. Good morning. I'm Rosie Ed.
Yes, so happy Friday. I'm Willie Hello.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and yes, it's a cool Friday as well, at least this morning. The good news is this afternoon, not so bad. And the weekend, huge smile on my face. Temperatures climbing back into the 20s.
That's nice.
Right?
Okay,
I thought our days in the 20s were over. I'm not going to lie. I thought, oh, it looks like we're back to more seasonal-like conditions. This little warm stint we saw is done. But nope. We have one day that will be in the 20s.
Yeah, well, when you drop beneath the freezing mark, it's not hard to think, okay, those 20-degree daytime highs are gone. But they're here.
They're still here.
Everything's heating up, including sports. The Toronto Blue Jays rallied in Game 4 in Seattle, tying up the series with the Mariners.
A well-hit ball to right field, going to backhand zone. It's gone! He did it again!
So in back-to-back games, the Mariners get out to that early lead, and Andres Jimenez answers with a 2-run shot. The Jays scoring 3 in the third and 2 more in the fourth. Guerrero Jr. also hitting home runs in back-to-back games. The Blue Jays go on to win Game 4 8-2 and even the series at 2 games apiece. The Jays and Mariners are back at it tonight for game number 5. First pitch a little bit earlier, starting just after 6.
Ottawa police are investigating yet another suspicious fire at a magic mushroom dispensary. This one broke out Thursday afternoon at a shop on Rideau Street near Dalhousie. This fire was already out by the time emergency responders arrived at the scene. The blaze has been deemed suspicious, and now the arson unit is leading the investigation. This is the 4th fire at a magic mushroom dispensary since the start of September.
Tough talk from the Prime Minister as he looks to make changes to the criminal code and crack down on repeat offenders.
Canada's new government will also toughen sentences for repeat offenders of auto theft, of organized crime, and of home invasion.
Carney says the bill will also be aimed at violent offenders. It comes after repeated calls from Premier Doug Ford and federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to get tougher on crime and criminals, and in particular to make bail harder to get. To that end, the PM says one of his major proposals will make the onus of being granted bail fall on the accused and not on the Crown.
In recent months, we've shared the stories of many homeowners who've had to rip out thousands of dollars of landscaping work because it was violated Ottawa bylaws. Now, the city is taking action to prevent that, and landscapers may soon be required to get a license in order to do their work. If approved, this would come into effect on March 1st, 2026. Landscapers who do hardscaping work would be required to pay an annual licensing fee of $441, have insurance, written contracts with clients, identify their vehicles on site, and provide an education guide to homeowners.
I'm disappointed that it's going through, or almost for sure going through. I don't think it's going to accomplish what they're hoping it will accomplish. It's very common, and it is an issue, and we try to help and educate people when we're installing new extensions that are within the limits.
You may remember the owners of this Canada property. They were told they'd have to rip up their $40,000 landscaping project because it violated bylaws. The head of bylaw has said they are using discretion to put off enforcement until the spring. Legendary Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley has died in New Jersey at the age of 74. He was the co-founder and original lead guitarist for the band Kiss. Known as the Spaceman or Space Ace for his stage makeup, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the band in 2014. Frehley died of brain injuries he sustained in a fall last month. He was 74 years old.
Back to sports, the Ottawa Senators confirmed that Captain Brady Tkachuk has undergone surgery on his thumb after being injured during Monday's home opener.
And finally touched up by the Predators. And Ottawa is going to have a two-man advantage for 37
Chuck's right
seconds.
hand was injured after he was cross-checked into the boards in the first period. The Senators say yesterday's surgery was successful. The expected recovery time is about 6 to 8 weeks, but something great happened last night despite his presence. The Senators take the win in shootout. 4-3, getting that first win at home. It was a very, very big win for the city. Nice to have it in the home rink.
Sure was. And the Toronto Zoo has a league of their own.
The zoo is sharing videos and pictures all week to cheer on the Jays.
And the animals, including this anteater, are ready with their gear.
Oh my goodness.
I love when you see stuff like this, right? Like when people are getting really excited about sports with the local teams, and then like you have fun ideas like that, like the animal zoos getting involved and just stuff like that. It's so fun.
It is great to see. And we do have a weather picture for today. This was sent to us from Andrea. It is the fog rolling in over at the Ottawa River on the lookout in Orleans. Absolutely beautiful, Andrea. Thank you so much for sending that in to us.
Weather picture brought to you by Box Me Up. Moving, staging, renovating. Just box me up.
And of course, we want to hear from you, and you could be featured right here on the show. All you have to do is send those weather pictures to us, weathershots@ctv.ca. You could be featured right here on the show. Again, that's weathershots@ctv.ca. And our forecast this morning, not a bad looking afternoon for us. We're going to see plenty of sunshine. It's just those cool mornings that we're dealing with. We'll see average temperatures into the afternoon. Normal for this time of the year is around 12.4, and we'll reach a high of 13. Record high was set back in 1908 at 27.2. The sun should be up very shortly at 7:21 a.m. So we will see that sun very shortly. Temps currently cool. As I mentioned, we're hovering around that freezing mark, sitting at 1 degree here in the city. Same with in Montreal. Colder for Brockville, -4 this morning. It is -3 along the Seaway, so a chillier start along the Seaway in Brockville. In our skies, we're seeing a few clouds out there, but for the most part, we will see clear conditions into the afternoon. Some areas to the west of us, Pembroke, Renfrew, and areas Belleville, Bancroft, you could see a few scattered showers early this morning into your late morning hours, but then clearing up into the afternoon. Daytime highs today, very seasonal, 13 for us here in the city. Same within Kempville, Cornwall, and along Brockville. Slightly warmer for Trenton, Kingston, sitting at 14 today. The Valley, 12 is the daytime high in both Pembroke, Petawawa. So a beautiful afternoon in the forecast for us. It's just those mornings where we're hovering around that freezing mark. So make sure you wear a jacket if you are heading out to school this hour. At least we'll get to see that sunshine shortly as soon as it wakes up around 7:21 a.m. later on this morning. And over the next 7 days, really warm conditions. It's going to be beautiful. Even the overnight lows, not nearly as cold tonight, dropping down to 9. Slim chance we could see some scattered showers throughout the evening hours, but clearing up into tomorrow. A little bit cloudy for your Saturday. 15 is your high. 23 is the daytime high on Sunday. Enjoy it, because when we see these conditions into the 20s, they are few and far between. We're not seeing a full week of it, just simply one day. As we head into Monday, Tuesday, more seasonal-like conditions. It is looking a little bit wet as we head into next week.
7-day weather forecast brought to you by Davidson Hearing Aid Centers, celebrating 80 years in family business.
Some issues on your drive-in right now. There is a vehicle on fire at Eagleston northbound at Kitimavik, and it has Eagleston down to 1 lane in that area. Traffic is also building right now on the highways, but we have no significant delays to report at this time.
W5 returns this week with an explosive 1-hour special. The investigation exposes how Canada has become the #1 exporter of a deadly drug to New Zealand and Australia.
Can I see inside the hollow? Oh, there's more in there.
So there's another bag in there as well.
The powder is put into the plastic testing pouch.
If it goes blue, it'll be methamphetamine.
So that is meth from Canada.
That is methamphetamine from Canada.
CTV's Avery Haynes follows the methamphetamine pipeline from cartels in Canada to biker gangs in the South Pacific, documenting the devastation left in its wake. Avery Haynes joins us now. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Will.
You know, I think that a lot of people are going to be really surprised by this report, especially if they haven't been following along. And U.S. President Donald Trump has criticized Canada for the fentanyl across the border. But I think many Canadians would be extremely surprised to hear that we're actually a major exporter of methamphetamine in the Pacific.
Well, they were, and I was as well. I mean, I really had no idea when I first started investigating this story, and was shocked when I was looking at the statistics of the seizures in New Zealand and Australia. I kept checking them again and again, thinking this can't be right. How could Canada be the largest exporter of methamphetamine to New Zealand? And the reality is that we are. There's no country on earth that supplies more of that highly addictive, devastating drug than Canada.
Yeah, I think that you, me, anyone that hears that, it's just an immediate surprise, because you wouldn't think that Canada would be a major exporter of methamphetamine. And you know, it comes with a cost too. As part of your investigation, you do have a tragic story about a person in Auckland.
And that really, Will, is where our investigation began, the story of this 21-year-old named Aiden Segala. He came home from work. His boss had given him a couple of cases of what he thought were Canadian craft beers. They were all really excited to, for the first time, try Canadian beer. He took one gulp of it and went into a coma and died of multiple organ failure, because it wasn't beer that he drank, it was liquid meth. And his boss had been involved in this shipment where they raided a storage unit outside of Auckland that was filled with thousands of cans of this Honey Bear beer, which is a brand that doesn't exist. Most of the cans had beer in it, some of them had meth, and this boss had been giving away what he thought was the excess beer, not knowing that one of those cans actually had meth in it. And from there, our investigation just spiraled. We reverse engineered that shipment to find out exactly where it began in Canada and to try to track down some of the people who might have been involved on this end.
Such a tragic story, and something you would never think of, just opening a beer and having something like that happen. And that brings me to a really important question. Through your investigation, who have you found to be responsible for this, and what are we doing? What are the precautions put in place to prevent stuff like this from happening?
Well, the reality is in every country, people are more concerned about what's coming into the country than what's leaving the country. We know that tons of meth is leaving Canada and going to the Pacific region, and it's having a devastating impact. There's barely a community that's not impacted by meth in New Zealand. It really is a crisis there. And so what we wanted to know, though, is what happens when there are these tons of meth being seized from Canada, but seized in New Zealand? Who's investigating on this side? And what I'll tell you, Will, is that the investigation that we did into the Honey Bear beer case is more than what the RCMP did.
And you had a conversation with the RCMP's criminal department, the head of that. What did he have to say about what's going on with this situation?
Well, I will tell you, and this is something that I had not heard before. You'll remember a number of months ago, the Canadian government declared 7 foreign cartels as terrorist entities. And I think a lot of people sort of assumed that we were following the lead of the U.S. when they did that. He told me that the reason that those were declared terrorist entities is because each one of those 7 foreign cartels from Colombia, from El Salvador, from Mexico, are active and creating crime in this country.
And in the South Pacific, this is where a lot of this is taking place. How have the impacts been since learning this news, especially with your investigation?
I mean, really devastating. Samoa, Fiji, New Zealand, Australia. They don't have fentanyl, interestingly. While North America is really suffering from an opioid crisis, fentanyl is not a big issue there, but it is meth. And I spoke to a lot of people who work in addiction as well as in policing across New Zealand, who all said that there is barely a community that is not impacted by this meth crisis. And so clearly there are a lot of questions about what Canada is doing and what Canada should be doing to stop meth from leaving our country and making its way on that long journey, some 20,000 kilometers to the other side of the world.
Yeah, this is just the very beginning of what's going to be a very surprising investigation. Avery, we really appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you, Will.
And if you're looking to continue with that story, CTV National News Investigative Unit W5 returns this weekend with Cartel Canada airing on CTV, CTV.ca, the CTV app, and the CTV News YouTube channel on Saturday, October 18th at 7 p.m. And coming up a little bit later on in our show, we meet a Canadian Olympic gold curler. Russ Howard stops by ahead of his curling clinic here in the capital. That is going to be a really exciting time. If you're a curling fan, you'll love that one. Melissa chatting away. Take a peek through our Centennial Glass Sky Cam. Woo! It's crispy out there this morning. We are expected to reach 13 degrees this afternoon and an above seasonal north of 20-degree daytime high expected on Sunday. It's 7:15 on your Friday. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Your morning just got a little brighter. Start your day with CTV Your Morning, and you could win $20,000. For your chance to win, watch CTV Your Morning Ottawa, weekday mornings 6 to 9.
Tamarack Ottawa Race Weekend returns May 23rd and 24th, and it's never too early to join Canada's biggest running celebration. From the full and the half marathons to the 10K, the 5K, and the 2K, there's a distance for everyone. Register early to save on fees, jumpstart your training, and get ahead on fundraising in the Desjardins Charity Challenge. Join thousands at the start line and be a part of something amazing. Visit runottawa.ca for more information.
Here are the big stories happening today on Your Morning Ottawa. Ottawa police are investigating yet another suspicious fire at a magic mushroom dispensary. Landscapers may soon be required to get a license in order to do their work. And Prime Minister Mark Carney announced a new bail reform bill aimed at cracking down on violent and repeat offenders.
In our forecast this morning, a little cool to start things off. We're sitting at only 1 degree, so you definitely need a jacket before heading outside. The good news is the sun is waking up, and we will see mainly sunny conditions this morning and into the afternoon. A beautiful fall forecast for us with a high of 13. On your drive-in, still collision-free, but as you can see, volume starting to build now on the roads. We're seeing a few slowdowns if you are heading eastbound on the 417 around Richmond Pinecrest. That's where the slowdowns begin. Well, curling season is well underway in clubs across Canada, including right here in Ottawa. An Olympic gold medalist and TSN curling commentator Russ Howard is in town, and we are so lucky because he is also joining us in studio this morning. Good morning to you.
Morning.
Thank you so much for stopping by. First of all, tell us what you're doing here in Ottawa, because you have a little curling clinic happening.
Yeah, Phil Mander, he's had us here 6 times now to do clinics. I'm with Grant Odoshaw. I curled a decade with Grant when I was way down in Moncton years back, and the famous Marianne Arsenault, who curled with Colleen Jones, won 5 world championships.
Wow.
We run around the country and try to spread the gospel of curling, basically.
Yeah.
Phil has it here for 3 days, and we do day-and-a-half clinics, trying to teach the stuff that maybe the people don't get normally in
I love that.
in a clinic.
Giving them a little insight. Talk about the state of curling right now in Canada, because obviously there's some changes with the announcement of Brad Gushue retiring. Could leave a big hole in Canadian curling.
It will. I feel sorry. Brad's kind of on a farewell tour, and it's. I feel sorry. I was lucky enough to curl with Brad and Mark, and Mark's still with Brad, and I feel badly watching them a little bit because they're at the point that. What do you do? What's Mark do to continue his career? And I don't think he's going to have a problem finding another team, but it's to lose Brad Gushue is just he's been the best player in our country for 15, 20 years.
Mm-hmm. How do you think Canada's chances are medaling in the Olympics this year?
Not as good as we would like to believe. We've got some great talent. Rachel Holman is the best team in the world by 3 or 4 notches, 4 or 5 good men's teams, but the rest of the world's caught up. It's that simple, and it's just a numbers game. There's just so many good teams. It used to be 1 or 2 good teams at the World Championship or the Olympics. Now there's 8 or 9.
And it used to be that Canada was so dominant in the sport, and then it just seems like there's so many other countries who have caught up to us as well.
100%.
And now these games are close, and they are intense, and they are fierce.
Yeah, and it's a slippery sport. It's played on ice, and it's you can play very well and come out with a 6-5 loss, and you do that a couple times, you're not even in the playoffs.
So tell us about the Canadian Olympic trials coming up.
Oh, that's going to be huge. It's in Halifax, where Brad and Mark and myself played and happened to win the trials 20 years ago.
Wow.
I'm dating myself. It's a nostalgia thing for me, but 10,000 people, place will be jammed, all curling fans. You possibly become an Olympian for the first time if you win on the final weekend, men and women, and the curling's going to be off the charts. It's arguably the best curling you'll ever watch, ever.
And we know that TSN, of course, will be following it day by day, minute by minute, so it's going to be an exciting time for you as well.
Oh, it's going to be awesome, and we cover everything right, all 3 draws a day, and you know, I'm biased, but you know, it's the only sport that the athletes are mic'd.
Right.
So you get right inside
You
of what
do.
they're thinking, maybe too inside what they're thinking sometimes. and
Absolutely.
It really brings it home.
You could hear their strategy
Yeah.
and kind of what
Yeah.
they're thinking. You can
Yeah.
hear when there's a little panic in
Yeah.
their voice, like the shot isn't quite going where I wanted it
Exactly.
to go. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. Tell us what you brought in for us here today. This is your broom and your shoes.
Yeah.
What makes it so special? Because I know it's not as easy as it looks, right? Like curling, there's a good finesse to it.
Yeah, you and I were talking earlier. It's a lot tougher to get your balance than people give themselves credit for.
Absolutely.
And in most cases, to do it properly, you've got a Teflon, or you can have stainless steel slider. You throw that on a sheet of ice, pebbled ice, and it's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
I can just take a bit of a push and go 143 feet down the far end. So stability is number one.
And even finesse, because letting go of that raw, there's quite an art to it, because I've tried it and I gave it too much one time and then I didn't give it enough.
Right.
There's like a finesse to it as well.
Huge finesse, and you know, you watch the pros on television. You know, they have to be, their tolerance is less than a foot from one end to the other, and I think it's 143 feet. So you've got some help with this type of stuff.
Yeah.
The brooms, basically what they do is heat up the ice to the point. The ice is almost at the melting point to begin with.
Okay.
It's around 22 degrees Fahrenheit. A little bit of finesse, a little bit of pressure, and that rock goes a little bit farther. And they're also able, if you actually look at the head itself, you can actually scratch it.
Wow.
See that?
Yeah.
That friction can actually get the rock to go a little left, a little right.
It's
so
incredible.
they can, the best brushers in the world that are so strong now can manipulate that rock one way or the other, and it's almost to the point that they don't miss.
Absolutely. And like the smallest little speck on the ice could really throw things off as well.
And the ice changes. It's got frost on it, the little pebbles wear out, and you really, to be at that level, you really have to be aware for the whole 3-hour game.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for stopping by today. We truly appreciate it, and have a great weekend
You bet.
teaching
Thanks.
the curling. We appreciate it. Rosie, over to you.
Coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, we are celebrating a local artist's new album release. Plus, we talk about her experience performing for the one and only Lady Gaga. Here's a live look from our Skycam on George Street. It is 7:26 on your Friday. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. Good morning, come on in. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Willow. I'm Melissa Lamb, and happy Friday to everybody. We have made it to the end of the work week. Of course, it was a short work week, but sometimes the shorter ones seem the longest.
Yeah, you know, now that you say it, it was a short work week. I was like, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
It was
right.
Thanksgiving Monday.
Yeah, and it didn't feel like it
That's
actually.
right.
So here we are. We made it. This is good.
Sometimes they can sneak up on you like
sure
that.
can.
And on Sunday, you're not going to want to be indoors. Mr.
No.
Hollywood will have your movies coming up a little bit later on. Potentially do that today or tomorrow, but Sunday looking really nice.
Outdoor plans.
Yeah, we're going to start with some sports in our newscast today. The Toronto Blue Jays rallied in Game 4 in Seattle, tying up the series with the Mariners.
A well-hit ball to right field, going to backhand zone. It's gone! He did it again!
In back-to-back games, the Mariners got out to that early lead, and Andre Jimenez answers with a 2-run shot. The Jays scoring 3 in the third and 2 more in the fourth. Guerrero Jr. also hitting home runs in back-to-back games. The Blue Jays go on to win Game 4, 8-2, and even the series at 2 games apiece. The Jays and Mariners are back at it tonight for game number 5. First pitch is scheduled for just after 6.
Ottawa police are investigating yet another suspicious fire at a magic mushroom dispensary. This one broke out Thursday afternoon at a shop on Rideau Street near Dalhousie. The fire was already out by the time emergency responders arrived at the scene. The blaze has been deemed suspicious, and now the arson unit is leading the investigation. This is the 4th fire at a magic mushroom dispensary since the start of September.
Tough talk from Prime Minister as he looks to make changes to the criminal code and crack down on repeat offenders.
Canada's new government will also toughen sentences for repeat offenders of auto theft, of organized crime, and of home invasion.
Carney says the bill will also be aimed at violent offenders. It comes after repeated calls from Premier Doug Ford and federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to get tougher on crime and criminals, and in particular to make bail harder to get. To that end, the PM says one of his major proposals will make the onus of being granted bail fall on the accused and not on the Crown.
In recent months, we've shared the stories of many homeowners who have had to rip out thousands of dollars of landscaping work because it violated Ottawa bylaws. Now, the city is taking action to prevent that, and landscapers may soon be required to get a license in order to do their work. If approved, this would come into effect on March 1st, 2026. Landscapers who do hardscaping work would be required to pay an annual licensing fee of $441, have insurance, written contracts with clients, identify their vehicles on site, and provide an education guide to homeowners.
I'm disappointed that it's going through, or almost for sure going through. I don't think it's going to accomplish what they're hoping it will accomplish. It's very common, and it is an issue, and we try to help and educate people when we're installing new extensions that are within the limits.
You may remember the owners of this Canada property. They were told they'd have to rip up their $40,000 landscaping project because it violated bylaws. The head of bylaw has said they are using discretion to put off enforcement until the spring. Legendary Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley has died in New Jersey at the age of 74. He was the co-founder and original lead guitarist for the band Kiss. Known as the Spaceman or Space Ace for his stage makeup, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the band in 2014. Frehley died of brain injuries he sustained in a fall last month. He was 74 years old.
The Ottawa Senators confirmed that Captain Brady Tkachuk has undergone surgery on his thumb after being injured during Monday's home opener.
And finally touched up by the Predators. And Ottawa is going to have a two-man advantage for 37.
So Tkachuk's right hand was injured after he was cross-checked into the boards in that first period. The Senators say yesterday's surgery was successful. The expected recovery time is about 6 to 8 weeks, but that didn't stop the Sens from winning in overtime last night. Shootout win, 4-3 over the Seattle Kraken at the CTC, giving them their first at-home win.
And a little bit of Toronto made its way to Jimmy Kimmel Live.
The Beaches performed their new song, Can I Call You in the Morning? Earlier this week, they announced a North American tour with Louis Tomlinson happening next year.
They're also on their No Hard Feelings tour with their first Canadian stop next week in Victoria. They sound good.
Incredible. Lively, energetic.
And you love to see that too on the late night shows on SNL, on Jimmy Kimmel, having the presence from here overseas there. It's always so great to see.
Absolutely. A little kick in your step, too.
Yep, that's right.
Especially on a Friday, and of course, when you have a forecast looking as beautiful as ours over the weekend, I think we're all going to be smiling with a little bit of extra pep in our step today. Clear and cool start to your morning, sunshine into the afternoon, a beautiful fall day in the forecast for us, and the weekend is looking gorgeous, especially Sunday. Still chilly out there. We're sitting at 1 here in this city, so it is a bit of a cool start to your morning. -3 for Cornwall, Brockville as well, so slightly cooler along that area. However, nice and clear to start things off, so we will see some sunshine this morning, mix of sun and cloud, then mainly sunny conditions into the afternoon. Some areas to the west of us, Bancroft out in the valley, Belleville, Brockville area, you're also seeing some scattered showers, so you'll see that this morning. We could see that rain tonight. Temperatures reaching a high of 13, very average for this time of the year, and pretty similar across the region into your daytime highs, so very average conditions for your Friday forecast. 12 in Petawawa, as well as in Kitigan, Zibi, and in Mont-Tremblant. Kids heading out to recess today, a beautiful recess forecast for us. We will see that sunshine this morning. It was still a little cooler throughout your morning recess, single digits for 9 a.m. and then by 11 a.m. it will be a high of 10 degrees. Our daytime high today, 13. We will reach that late this afternoon. So your afternoon recess, still seeing that sunshine and a little bit warmer as well. Into the weekend, not so bad. Tonight, not as cold as it was last night, dropping to 9. We could see those scattered showers the evening into your overnight, clearing up into your day tomorrow. Cloudy conditions conditions for your Saturday, a high of 15 degrees for tomorrow, and then the beautiful day. Temperatures climbing back into the 20s on Sunday, a high of 23, mix of sun and cloud. Next week is looking a little wet Monday in through Wednesday. On your drive in right now, we do have a lot of problems on the road. The vehicle that was on fire in Eagleston northbound at Katimavik, it has been cleared. However, volume is still very, very heavy in that area, and it is down to one lane. So we are dealing with some issues on the roads this morning. There also appears to be a collision on the Parkway northbound between Uplands and Hunt Club that is causing some delays in that area. 417 eastbound is seeing a 5-minute delay from Maitland to Rochester, and the 417 westbound seeing a 5-minute delay from the Vanier Parkway to Metcalfe. The 174 westbound, another 5-minute delay from Jeanne d'Arc to Montreal Road. So heavy
traffic brought to you by Presler Injury Lawyers. 1-800-JUSTICE.
Michelle Tracy's career began with a life-changing moment, an impromptu duet with Lady Gaga. Since then, she has been making her mark as an artist and a mental health advocate. She joins us this morning to talk about her debut album, Love Me Till I Am Me Again. Good morning to you, Michelle. I mean, here your baby is, debut album here. I just want to double back to that moment when you actually performed with Lady Gaga. It was a very impromptu moment. Do we have that? Can we throw to that? Let's do it. Goosebumps, goosebumps, goosebumps. Please describe that moment. Tell me what you were thinking, what that was like.
What you're seeing is 17-year-old me on stage with Lady Gaga. It was a dream come true. I believed that it was going to happen one day. A lot of people did not believe in me.
You see that?
But I did.
Huh.
Yeah.
Where did that come from? That belief in self?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Did you always know that you were going to be this performer, this musician, singing?
Yeah.
And, yeah, you knew that.
I actually went through a box at a house yesterday, and I felt really emotional because I was reading a bunch of my writings, and it was all, I want to be a singer, I want to be a singer, I'm going to do this no matter who believes in me, because I believe in me, and I just made it my reality. I manifested it, honestly. I just believe in myself.
Did you write it down?
Yes.
You wrote it down, you wrote it down. You remind me of Doechii, who, a multi-Grammy winning artist who,
thank you.
She came on air, you know, she posted her thoughts and said, you know what, she had so much rejection, but she said, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it. And I feel like it's a very similar thing.
I was born and raised in Ottawa and Orleans, and you know, there's a lot of people against me who thought I would never do it, and I went, ha, let me prove you wrong.
Can we talk about this right here? Here's proof in the pudding.
Yes, this is my debut album, Love Me Till I'm Me Again. I'm going a bit singer-songwriter to my roots. This is a photo I also found in the box in the basement of me in grade 1, and I remember picking up this photo and saying, that's the album cover.
That's the album cover. What would you tell this little girl from grade 1 if you could meet her right now? What would you say after having your debut album?
I would say believe in yourself, trust the art, and make good art over everything, and that you're going to find yourself, you're going to love yourself, and you're going to one day wake up and realize that you do deserve good things.
This is
so I hope that if you're watching at home, you remember that you deserve good things, because for a long time I didn't believe that I did, and I didn't love myself, and it's taken me a long time to get here.
Yeah, this album is also sort of a cathartic release as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about getting back to not only who I was as a child, you know, that pure love and joy of life, but also this year I got diagnosed with adenomyosis, and I'm going to be having a hysterectomy next month. And this album has become my saving grace in saying, you know what, you're choosing to give yourself the love by going to have this surgery, and you may not be able to bring more life into this life, but you can make your own really great, and you can help others. So that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Yeah, you can bring love into this world. You can bring art into this world. So much.
Yeah.
So much with this. There's a listening party happening.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I have album release show tonight at Cassette Bar in Ottawa. It's a new, amazing vinyl listening bar. I hope you can all come tonight. It's going to be amazing. I wanted Ottawa to be the first to hear this record, so it's a week before its release. I had a new song come out last night, just a couple hours ago. It's called Josie. It's one of my favorite songs I've ever written, and last night we were at, about 5 hours ago, we were at the Folk Music Conference performing, so we are ready.
You are. Michelle Tracy, recording artist, debut album, Love Me
Out
Till.
next week.
Out next week. Love Me Till I'm Me Again. You are a treasure. Thank you
So are
so
you.
much.
It's really great to meet you.
Wonderful to meet you. Thank you so much, Michelle. Melissa.
And your morning just got a whole lot richer because we are giving away that $20K, and it's time for your daily code word. Just imagine what you could do with an extra 20 grand, a dream vacation, home renovations, paying off some bills. The possibilities are absolutely endless, and today's code word is very fitting. It is Friday, so head over to our contest page on ctvottawa.ca or scan that QR code you see on your screen. Enter the code word Friday, along with your information for your chance to win the CTV Your Morning Ottawa's $20,000 giveaway. And of course, make sure to watch us next week for a brand new code word as well. Good luck. Well, coming up next on Your Morning Ottawa, it's this week's new movies, including a horror sequel perfect for Halloween. Matt Demers, Mr. Hollywood, will be joining us next with this one. And of course, he's standing by right there in this CTV Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge. Here's a live look for a Centennial Glass sky cam this morning, starting to see that sunshine, but don't be fooled. It is a cool start to your day. We're sitting at 1 with a high of 13 this afternoon.
Welcome back to Your Morning Ottawa. It is Friday, and that means new movies to watch in theaters and at home. Matt Demers, Mr. Hollywood, is here to give us his picks for what you can check out this weekend. What you got there?
Yeah, so if you recognize this guy, that's because he was in a movie called Black Phone, and guess what? He's back for the sequel, Black Phone 2.
Finn, I had a bad dream. It was about missing kids. It was just a dream. About a real place. A youth camp. We have to go there.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
Don't answer that phone! 'Tis the season for frights and scares, and man, did this one really chill me to the bone. I've been trying to shake this chill that I got from this movie. Really great. It's expansive. Based on the first one, you'd be like, how can the grabber come back? Didn't he die? Well, he does in your dreams. So you want to think almost Freddy Krueger-ish there. But man, they expand this universe and they deliver some of the most frightening things I've seen on screen this year. Great stuff here for Black Phone 2. I want to say maybe even better than the first one.
Maybe even better. So is it taking cues from Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street kind of thing?
Absolutely.
Okay.
But they're doing their own thing, and boy, is he creepy.
Okay, take a little sip here, and next movie.
Okay, next we're going to switch gears. It's called After the Hunt.
Talked to Maggie today.
No, she wasn't in class. No call, no show.
I need to speak with you, okay? Hank walked me home. He asked for a nightcap, which, you know, it's fine. He's Hank. Everybody loves Hank.
What are you saying happened?
He crossed the line.
Okay, I have to see this. Please tell me how Julia Roberts did.
Fantastic. This is a great showcase for Julia Roberts to show just how great of an actress she is. She's a Yale professor. One of her colleagues has been accused. She's kind of stuck in the middle, and she's going through her own stuff here. She's running the gamut, and she's fantastic, as is Andrew Garfield. Adibri. Yeah, she's fantastic. I want to call this like very smart and sharply entertaining. It's got a lot of commentary about things like social justice, the Me Too movement. It's just fantastic.
Okay, next movie.
All right, here we go. It's called Good Fortune.
My life is just in the service of people like Jeff.
Orange. I'm Jeff. A pledge.
The people who actually get to live.
Fix my cold plunge.
get a disco floor for my party, and find a shaman to take me on an ayahuasca journey.
What's going on?
3 for 3 with our movies this week, Rosie. I like this one too. They're switching lives. It's a fantasy about, this angel comes. It's Keanu Reeves. Great Canadian. Yeah. Speaking of other Canadians, Seth Rogen's in here. Sandra Oh, and it's directed by Aziz Ansari, and it's teaching you lessons about the haves versus the have-nots. Great stuff here, funny, and with wonderful themes at hand.
Mr. Hollywood, thank you so much. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Rosie.
Coming up next, Wedding Week continues today. It's all about flowers. Our guest is standing by in the Your Morning Ottawa Lazy Boy Lounge.
It's the final day of our wedding week, and today we look at the all-important planning that goes into flowers for the big day. We have owner and florist Eric Cardinal from Mood Moss Flowers joining us this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thank you for having me here.
We're so excited to have you
Appreciate
here.
it.
Beautiful stuff on display. Tell us a little bit about Mood Moss.
Oh, Mood Moss has been a flower shop here in Ottawa, serving the surrounding areas and Ottawa proper. For 21 years.
Wild.
We celebrated our anniversary in August.
Incredible.
We've been in the same spot on Beechwood for corner of Mary and Beechwood for 21 years now.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I love it. So we brought some beautiful stuff on display. Show us what you're working on this morning, because this is a delivery that's going out soon.
Yeah, literally a delivery that's going out this morning before 10 to an embassy. I won't say which one, but I have 4 table centers to make, and I was asked to do maybe a bit of a demo today. So
yeah. So show us how you put it all together, because it goes from this to this, basically.
Exactly. So essentially what I have here is all the bits and pieces that I need to make these arrangements. I thought I'd bring in the other finished product first so that I'll have something to go on while I'm working and talking to you.
So how does your creative mind work when you know you have to put like a piece together and someone says, I want some reds and some yellows?
Exactly. So in this case, this embassy had asked me to do an arrangement, 4 table centers for round tables that were going to be in the color schemes of red, yellow, gold. And as you can see here, we did sort of spray paint some gold highlights on some of the leaves here just to get that gold aspect going on here.
Stunning. It smells so beautiful as well. What is that flower that I'm smelling? It smells...
I think every time I cut into one of these stems, you're probably smelling just the...
Is it a little minty almost?
A little minty. This is called Pittosporum. It's a very standard green to start. What I'm doing is the base of my flower arrangement here. Sorry, I'm making a little bit of a mess.
No, make that mess. It looks absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and tell us about some other works of art that will be going out shortly as well.
Speaking of wedding week, so what we are doing here is working on 2 weddings. I brought in some of the work that we've already completed. So we have, that's a bracelet corsage.
Stunning.
That,
I don't want to try it on because it is for someone.
Yeah, it's okay.
But that is beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. So we have 2 different weddings here. We have 2 weddings going on tomorrow. This, as you can see, they all match together. We have 2 bridesmaids bouquets.
Oh, beautiful.
Here, we'll just take these out. So there's 1 bridesmaid bouquet, and there's the other. And this is a bridal bouquet in this vase here. And these are the matching corsages and boutonnieres.
So you could have everything matching like that with the same color scheme. Beautiful.
Similar to what you just pulled out earlier here. We have a bracelet corsage.
I love that it's on a bracelet now. It makes it a little more comfortable, right?
We think it's a little bit more unique to make them ourselves. And this is the...
Gorgeous,
these are the boutonnieres and corsages for another wedding that's going on Saturday. I did not bring the bouquets for that one.
That's all right. And how important are flowers when it comes to wedding? Because it really can change the whole look of a wedding.
It totally can, yeah. It's a huge aspect of the of a wedding. Often we get hit on, we get hit up about a year ahead of time.
Okay, so that far in advance.
Yeah, about that far in advance. So right now we're seeing our couples hitting us up to talk about their wedding flowers for next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you help them in terms of planning? If they come to you and say, I really just like something with pinks and whites, but I don't know what I want, you can kind of help them find something perfect for their budget?
Exactly. Sometimes that works out even better, that they don't have too concrete of an idea, more of a general idea. That's how we often like to work. They give us a color scheme, maybe some examples of things they like.
And you put the beautiful stuff together.
Yeah, things have changed quite a bit since COVID. I'd say before COVID, most of our appointments tend to be in person. Nowadays, I feel like we're seeing a lot of couples only after we've had quite a few back and forth through email.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Eric, for joining us today.
You're welcome.
And if you want to get in touch with Eric, moodmossflowers.com is the website.
And here's your milestone celebrations. We got a happy 10th birthday, Brooklyn. You are double digits. We hope you have the best day ever. Love mommy, daddy, and all your friends and family. Another double-digit birthday to Luca. Hope you have a wonderful day from Nanny, Papa, and all your loving family. Now, no double digits. Happy 4th birthday to Ronnie. Wishing you a wonderful day. Love Bubby, Grampy, Mom, Dad, Gabby, Etta, and all your aunts, uncles, and cousins. Happy birthday to all of us. If you have a milestone, celebrate it with us. Just got to email Your Morning Ottawa milestones at ctv.ca, and we'll get that announcement on air and share a part of your birthday. We're going to take a peek through our Skycam. Sun is poking through on your Friday. Double digits this afternoon for us. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
It's Friday, October 17th.
A well-hit ball to right field, going to backhand zone. It's gone!
The Jays tie the series with a big win over Seattle, putting them just 2 games away from the World Series.
Pet owners, we are getting you inspired for your pet's Halloween costume. More details on the Hintonburg Halloween Festival.
The National Capital Commission is celebrating 1 million visitors to its waterfront destinations this summer. Your Morning Ottawa continues right now.
Come on in. Good morning. I'm Rosie Edda.
The happiest of Fridays. I'm Will Aiello.
I'm Melissa Lamb, and happy especially looking at the weekend forecast and realizing that temps climbing back into the 20s on Sunday.
Very
It's a
nice
smile on my
indeed.
face, absolutely.
It's always nice to see that this time of year. And if that doesn't cheer you up, we have dressed up costume puppies and dogs.
Yes.
More than 3, more than 4, maybe more than 5
Little
coming up in
fashion
the
show happening?
A little fashion show
Okay,
happening.
then.
So it's going to be a really fun show. We're going to start the news today with some sports. The Toronto Blue Jays rallied in Game 4 in Seattle, tying up the series with the Mariners.
A well-hit ball to right field, going to backhand zone. It's gone!
In back-to-back games, the Mariners did get out to the early lead, and Andre Jimenez answers with a 2-run shot. The Jays scoring 3 in the 3rd and 2 more in the 4th. Guerrero Jr. also hitting home runs in those back-to-back games. The Blue Jays go on to win Game 4, 8-2, and even the series at 2 games apiece. The Jays and Mariners are back at it tonight for Game 5. First pitch is scheduled for just after 6.
Ottawa police are investigating yet another suspicious fire at a magic mushroom dispensary. This one broke out Thursday afternoon at a shop on Rideau Street near Dalhousie. This fire was already out by the time emergency responders arrived at the scene. The blaze has been deemed suspicious, and now the arson unit is leading the investigation. This is the 4th fire at a magic mushroom dispensary since the start of September.
Tough talk from the Prime Minister as he looks to make changes to the criminal code and crack down on repeat offenders.
Canada's new government will also toughen sentences for repeat offenders of auto theft, of organized crime, and of home invasion.
Carney says the bill will also be aimed at violent offenders. It comes after repeated calls from Premier Doug Ford and federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to get tougher on crime and criminals, and in particular to make bail harder to get. To that end, the PM says one of his major proposals will make the onus of being granted bail fall on the accused and not the Crown.
In recent months, we've shared the stories of many homeowners who have had to rip out thousands of dollars of landscaping work because it violated Ottawa bylaws. Now, the city is taking action to prevent that, and landscapers may soon be required to get a license in order to do their work. If approved, this would come into effect on March 1st, 2026. Landscapers who do hardscaping work would be required to pay an annual licensing fee of $441, have insurance written contracts with clients, identify their vehicles on site, and provide an education guide to homeowners.
I'm disappointed that it's going through, or almost for sure going through. I don't think it's going to accomplish what they're hoping it will accomplish. It's very common, and it is an issue, and we try to help and educate people when we're installing new extensions that are within the limits.
The owners of this Canada property were told they'd have to rip up their $40,000 landscaping project because it violated bylaws. The head of bylaw has said they are using discretion to put off enforcement until the spring.
The Ottawa Senators confirmed that Captain Brady Tkachuk has undergone surgery on his thumb after being injured during Monday's home opener.
And finally touched up by the Predators.
And that's how it happened. Tkachuk's right hand was injured after he was cross-checked from behind into the boards in that first period. The Senators say yesterday's surgery was successful. The expected recovery time is about 6 to 8 weeks. The Sens, though, still won last night 4-3 in a shootout game over Seattle, getting their first win at home.
While one Reese walked the runway, another Reese hit the bookshelves.
Reese Witherspoon and Harlan Coben's book, Gone Before Goodbye, is officially out now. The actor and best-selling author teamed up on this thriller.
This marks Witherspoon's debut as a novelist. The story follows a woman who is trapped in a deadly conspiracy. Witherspoon and Coben also kicked off their book tour.
Ooh,
I don't know if I was living under a rock, but I had no idea about this. Like coming up and Reese Witherspoon getting into the novel world.
She is unstoppable. She's a producer, a director, and an actor too. She does a little bit of that as well.
Just a little, right? She does it all. That's not even triple threat. That's like, I don't know, quadruple threat?
Quadruple, even more so?
Even more, yeah, exactly. Temperature still a little cool to start off your morning, but don't worry, we will see sunshine and a beautiful fall day in the forecast for this Friday. We're still sitting at 1 here in the city, still -3 in Brockville, -2 in Cornwall, so slowly warming up this hour. It is nice and clear outside still for us here in the city, so we're getting to see some sunshine to start off your day. Areas to the west of us, Pembroke, Bancroft, Kingston, Trenton area, you're seeing a few scattered showers this morning. There's a chance of a few scattered showers. For us here in the city, we won't see that rain until later on this evening. Daytime high today of 13, so that's very normal for this time of the year. Very seasonal-like conditions throughout the region for today in those low teens. 12 in Petawawa as well as in Kittaginzibi, 13 for the daytime high is Montreal. And it will warm up gradually as we head into the weekend. Overnight tonight, not nearly as cold, dropping down to 9 degrees. And again, we could see a few scattered showers this evening. Some areas might see a little wet weather. Some areas will stay completely dry. Into your day tomorrow, a cloudier Saturday, so not a lot of sun. However, warmer, 15 is a daytime high, 23 on Sunday. So a gorgeous day on Sunday. Definitely try and get outside because we don't have too many days left into the 20s. This even could be the last time we have temperatures reach a high of 23 until next year. We'll just have to wait and see, and it will be nice and sunny. Next week is looking a little bit wet. On your roads this morning, we have a collision reported earlier. It has been cleared. However, the highway is still very heavy. The 417 eastbound seeing a 10-minute delay now from Woodruff to Rochester. 417 westbound, a 5-minute delay from the Vanier Parkway to Metcalfe, and the 174 westbound seeing a 5-minute delay from Jeanne d'Arc in through Montreal Road.
Well, you still have some time to plant outdoors. Coming up a little bit later on, our friends from the Robert Plant Greenhouses stop by to get you good to grow this fall with all the beauty that they bring into our studio. And speaking of beauty, happy Friday, everybody. Our Centennial Glass Skycam showing some sunshine. Still a little crispy out there, but a pretty nice afternoon ahead. Stay with us. It is 8:10 on your Friday.
It is time now to get good to grow. We are so lucky to have our friend Colin Matassa here from Robert Plant Greenhouses. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
So great to have you back because we are shifting and we are going indoors now.
Absolutely,
to start off today.
Now is a great time to start thinking about adding more houseplants into your home. There's endless reasons. Boosts your mood. It helps to purify the air, and there's so many different varieties. We specialize in growing all sorts of succulents. We grow over 200 varieties of succulents right here in our greenhouses in Navan.
Beautiful.
And we grow thousands of houseplants throughout the year. So I brought a few here today to show you, kind of give you a little bit of an idea. One of our favorites is the spider plant. We grow them at our greenhouses. Spider plant is kind of that classic tried and true houseplant, but it's making a houseplant. It's the best one to purify the air. It's pet friendly. This is a more classic spider plant, but you've also got other ones like the curly spider plant with more curly leaves, even some with more green, darker leaves. So that's a very easy houseplant to take care of for sure.
Is it easy maintenance too
Absolutely.
for someone who's not very
One tip I
thumb?
do want to give for any houseplant, they like to dry out more in between each watering. Don't keep it wet all the time. People make that mistake. So the best thing is to use a moisture meter like this. This is going to be your best friend to help you determine if you need to water your plant, because sometimes it looks really dry on top of the soil, but it can still be wet down below where the roots are. So stick this in, and if it's showing dry, then you water. But if it's still wet, don't touch it.
Some great advice. What are some other beautiful house
so
plants
we
you
grow
have?
a lot of other more collectible plants too, some more rare plants, like the eucalyptus is a fun one for sure. The Monstera Thai constellation, this would have been hundreds of dollars years ago because it was so hard to get and so rare, but now it's much more affordable. We also grow some rare cacti. This is called a booby cactus. A very, very hard one to get. Really, really fun one.
It looks beautiful too. I could see that really adding some nice color and some nice texture to your home.
It's a great one. We carry such a wide range. Our greenhouses are open year-round with houseplants, so there's always something new coming in. Another one that I do want to quickly mention is this one here. This is the jade plant. This is another classic houseplant. Brings good luck. It's super easy to care for. Everyone needs at least one jade in their home.
We have a lot of snake plants in our house.
That's another great one for sure. Snake plants, I have one here.
That's basically the size we have that we got from you guys.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with this. Likes to go bone dry, so if you're someone who forgets to water,
easy to maintain.
Snake plant you cannot go wrong with for
My
sure.
kids have little succulents in their room because they like to, take care of their little plants, and it's great for them because, like you mentioned, we don't have to water it very often.
Exactly. Succulents like to go really dry as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, we are out of time, but it's not too late to plant outdoors.
Nope, you can still plant perennials, shrubs, trees. Don't sleep on the end of October. It's a great time to put those in the ground if you need to add more to your garden for sure.
And of course, you can find the experts over at Robert Plant Greenhouses. Colin is there to answer all your questions. Thank you for joining us today. You're welcome. Will.
Well, Melissa, as you well know, Halloween this year, it's going to the dogs. Coming up, we'll tell you about an event coming up this weekend, as well as not one, not two, not three, 4, 5, 6 dog models with amazing costumes coming up a little bit later on. I mean, come on, look at that face. We got superheroes, we got football players, everything you can imagine. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. The Hindenburg Halloween, absolutely love that, festival market is taking place tomorrow. It's a pet and family friendly event celebrating all things spooky. Here to tell us more about the event and to show off some of those dog costumes is Shannon Hahn. She's the organizer of Hindenburg Halloween. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's so great. I love everything about this. So many viewer photos coming in about how people are costume designing their dogs and their pets over the past years. Tell me a little bit about the event before we get on with the dog show.
Yeah, we're so excited for tomorrow. It's from 12 to 4 at Parkdale Park, and it's supporting 2 local dog rescues. So Sit With Me and For the Love of Dogs. And there's going to be live music, a dog costume contest and parade, a market full of local vendors, a free photo booth, and the rescues will have adoptable dogs on site.
Oh, I love that. And there is a costume contest continuing on with this. How does people enter that? How do they enter it for the weekend?
All they have to do is show up for 1 p.m. It's by the stage. We have some incredible local judges, and we have some great prizes donated by Global Pet Foods.
I love that. And if you haven't heard already, you can hear the barks happening. So let's get on with the show, shall we? Let's take dogs number 1 and 2. What do we got first?
Here's River and Brooke, and they're showing off their costumes. We have Batgirl, and we lost a hat, but we have an amazing customizable reflective, which is so important for Halloween and trick-or-treating, harness.
Which is so nice too, right? Especially this time of year, you want to make sure that they're being seen and they're bright, especially if they're wearing some darker costumes too, to help brighten them up. Good job, guys. Batman to the rescue. All right, you guys are free for the day. You have earned some treats, especially taking off number 1. What do we got for number 2, which I'm not going to say is my favorite, but I think it's one of the best movie titles of all time. Air Bud Golden Receiver. It's still so good.
It's amazing. Here's Topher. He's got his sweatbands on. He's ready to play.
Oh my goodness. And I know if we had a football, I don't know, do you think that we'd be able to catch one?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a hands down. I mean, look at the attention to detail with the treats. So cute, and that jersey fits just perfectly. All right, you're free. 10 out of 10. I mean, I am a little biased with that. As we go down from 2, heading to number 3, and we've got the tag team duo.
I mean, look at these two, Angus and Sumo. They're cozy, they're festive.
Oh my God, so cute. So what do they have on? Just a little bit of Halloween decor?
They've got their festive onesies and their matching bandanas, and they seem really happy about it.
Yeah, they're giving you the look of like, are you serious? Are you making us do this right now?
I think they're waiting for treats.
Yeah. Well, they did down, I think, the entire big 2-liter water bowl that I got them earlier within seconds. So I think they were a little stressed about the segment.
I think so, yeah.
You guys did great, though. Come on down. And then a familiar face, Melissa Lamb, with another one today. And of course, it fits Melissa perfectly because the color pink is involved.
So this is my dog, Cricket.
Yay!
She was pulling at me. I'm like, why does she want to go so
she
quickly?
wants to see Mom. So she is doggy parting today.
Oh, and Melissa is the only one that could send in a photo of a previous pet being costume. What do we think, Melissa?
I was obsessed. I'm like, where was this costume when my little Zoe was here? She would have loved to go with doggy parting. I'm trying to fix the hat, girlfriend.
Know.
Here.
Just absolutely. You know what I said? With all of the animals and dogs that we had here today, that's pretty good. Like usually sometimes we have one dog, it's a little chaotic. We got a pretty well-behaved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dogs
I
this
think
morning.
they're natural models, this group.
I think so too, and I think yours look continuing with the spotlight here. Also just wants to see Mama.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, so amazing. Well, we can bring the dogs on over. Just again, a refresher. The event tomorrow, how can people get involved?
Yeah, just come on down to Parkdale Park. You don't need to RSVP. You don't even need a dog. If you're a dog admirer, come on down. There's family-friendly activities. Everyone is welcome.
Oh, so good. Look at that Airbud Golden Receiver. It gets me every single time. Really appreciate your time this morning, and it's all for a wonderful cause as well. Temperatures will be a little cool, so you have to get those costumes on there just to make it nice. We're going to check out TSN's must-see moment.
Hey there, Lindsay Hamilton in the SportsCenter newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. We are taking a trip to Montreal for this one. It is the Canadiens and Predators. Montreal down 1. Net empty in the final minute. Jonathan Marchessault takes a shot, but Lane Hutson denies him. Then immediately fires the perfect pass up to Cole Caulfield. Beats UC Soros to tie it. Caulfield also scoring the OT winner for a second straight game, might I add. The heroics from Hutson and Caulfield earning them the must-see moment. Meanwhile, tonight on TSN, Week 20 in the CFL kicks off with a doubleheader. You got the Rough Riders against the Blue Bombers, and then the Lions hosting the Elks. Coverage begins 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 Pacific. That's all for now from the SportsCenter newsroom. Have a fantastic Friday.
The National Capital Commission is celebrating 1 million visits to its flagship waterfront sites between the Queckie Point, the River House, Dow's Lake Recreational Dock, and Westboro Beach. The public, both local and from afar, came out to enjoy everything Ottawa's waterways has to offer. And we've got Toby Nussbaum. He joins us now. He is the CEO of the National Capital Commission. And I just want to say a big congratulations, and I'm just so happy with the city and how it's developing. And Queckie Point, that is my happy place. Let me just tell you,
that's great,
in the morning, early in the morning, go out there for a walk or a run, and I sit right at the top and I go, it is beautiful.
That's great. And the day becomes much more interesting after that.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah.
It's just wonderful. So how does it feel? 1 million visitors at all these wonderful key points.
Well, we are, of course, so pleased that the public has taken to these great sites. I think it's an affirmation of the great work the team has done. And I think actually it's gone beyond our expectations. I think we knew these sites were going to be popular, but the extent to which they've become, as you say, Rosie, kind of part of the fabric of the capital of the region, and the extent to which people really crave these great public spaces.
They really do, because these spaces, to me, speak to the fact that the NCC believes that, okay, there are people who want to enjoy themselves. So it takes people into account. The parks are there for us to enjoy with friendly, welcoming benches and the scenery and the way in which it's set up. Look at you out there in the water there. What was going on here? What were you doing there?
Yeah, so we, 3 of the 4 sites we opened in the spring of this year, and those are photos of the Dow's Lake Dock, which we opened in June.
Okay.
And it was a little chilly, but Rosie, hence the wetsuit, which, yes, was maybe a little wimpish,
but it certainly made for a much nicer swim, and that's been enjoyed by so many people. And if I can just add, you know, of the 4 sites we opened, you mentioned them, Westboro, Kiweki, the River House, and Dow's Lake Dock. 3 of the 4 have swimming. And what we are really realizing is this is a capital that craves those opportunities. Swimming is fun to do. It's a great thing to do with friends and family. So that has been a real revelation for us.
Okay, what else are you working on? Because this has been, you know, as I said, gorgeous points here. Looking forward, are you looking at keeping some of these sites open longer?
Yeah, well, certainly what we're looking at is an expansion of different places for people to enjoy our incredible shorelines and waterways. So we're in the process of looking at maybe some future offerings. Of course, we haven't yet talked about all the incredible bistros that we have.
Yes, the bistros.
We have about a dozen now scattered throughout the capital. So they've been a real hit. We are also, Rosie, as you know, a winter city. So we're looking at ways in which we can have activities in the wintertime. So saunas is something that we are looking at.
That's what you're looking into.
Yes,
is that going to come to fruition?
Yeah, that is going to come. We don't know the exact timing yet. We're going to start with River House, but we are looking at additional locations as well, because we want to make sure that these places are not just enjoyed in the summer months, but enjoyed 12 months a year.
Toby Nussbaum, CEO of NCC, doing some great things here, beautifying the city and making it such a pleasure for all of us, whether we live here or visitors, to enjoy. Thank you very much, and keep it coming. Keep it coming.
Thanks, Rosie.
Thank you. We've got a beautiful sunny Friday for you. You're watching Your Morning Ottawa. We'll be right back. Welcome. Good morning. I'm Rosie Edda.
I'm Will Aiello.
And I'm Melissa Lamb.
I'd like to apologize in advance if you see me reading the news today with a bunch of hair on me. We just had 6 different dogs.
So cute.
In the studio, and I think I picked up all the ones that I could.
And they loved you.
There were some big ones there, so that's why.
We try to get it off as best we could, but you know, there's always some little strays.
Yeah, which is, I don't regret it at all.
No.
They were all so cute.
Your dog's not going to be happy when you get home, though.
Yeah, I was going to say, my dog's going to be pissed. He's going to be like, where were you? And who are you with? Because there's so many of them today.
Yeah.
So I'll be on trouble on Friday.
That's okay. That's okay. Puppy love, it's all about that, and it's all about taking a look at today's top stories.
Yeah, because the Jays are not in trouble as they had a big win. The Blue Jays rallied in Game 4 of the series to take back the series 2-2 in the ALCS.
A well-hit ball to right field, going to backhand zone. It's gone! He did it again!
In back-to-back games, the Mariners get out to the early lead, and Andre Jimenez answers with a 2-run shot. The Jays scored again, and then Guerrero Jr. also hitting back-to-back home runs in the games. And the Blue Jays have now gone on to win Game 4, 8-2. They've evened the series at 2 games apiece. Jays and Mariners are back at it tonight for game number 5. First pitch is scheduled for just after 6.
Ottawa police are investigating yet another suspicious fire at a magic mushroom dispensary. This one broke out Thursday afternoon at a shop on Rideau Street near Dalhousie. This fire was already out by the time emergency responders arrived at the scene. The blaze has been deemed suspicious, and now the arson unit is leading the investigation. This is the 4th fire at a magic mushroom dispensary since the start of September.
Tough talk from the Prime Minister as he looks to make changes to the criminal code and crack down on repeat offenders.
Canada's new government will also toughen sentences for repeat offenders of auto theft, of organized crime, and of home invasion.
Carney says that the bill will also be aimed at violent offenders. It comes after repeated calls from the Premier Doug Ford and federal Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre to get tougher on crime and criminals, and in particular to make bail harder to get. To that end, the PM says one of his major proposals will make the onus of being granted bail actually fall on the accused and not the Crown.
In recent months, we've shared the stories of many homeowners who have had to rip out thousands of dollars of landscaping work because it violated Ottawa bylaws. Now, the city is taking action to prevent that, and landscapers may soon be required to get a license in order to do their work. If approved, this would come into effect on March 1st, 2026. Landscapers who do hardscaping work would be required to pay an annual licensing fee of $441, have insurance, written contracts with clients, identify their vehicles on site, and provide education guide to homeowners.
I'm disappointed that it's going through, or almost for sure going through. I don't think it's going to accomplish what they're hoping it will accomplish. It's very common, and it is an issue, and we try to help and educate people when we're installing new extensions that are within the limits.
The owners of this Canada property were told they'd have to rip up their $40,000 landscaping project because it violated bylaws. The head of bylaw has said they are using discretion to put off enforcement until the spring. Legendary Kiss guitarist Ace Frehley has died in New Jersey at the age of 74. He was the co-founder and original lead guitarist for the band Kiss. Known as the Spaceman or Space Ace for his stage makeup, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the band in 2014. Frehley died of brain injuries he sustained in a fall last month. He was 74.
The Ottawa Senators confirmed that Brady Tkachuk has undergone surgery on his thumb after being injured during Monday's home opener.
And finally touched up by the Predators. And Ottawa is going to have a two-man advantage for 37 seconds as Tkachuk is incensed with Roman Josi.
And it happened right there. Tkachuk's right hand was injured after he was cross-checked from behind into the boards in the first period. The Senators say yesterday's surgery was successful. The expected recovery time is about 6 to 8 weeks, but last night's game.
Skating out towards the bench, and now it'll be 6 on 5. Goaltender out. Towards those scores!
Under 2 minutes left in regulation, Dylan Cousins with the one-timer ties it and sends it to OT. In the extra frame, Linus Ullmark with a couple of great saves to keep Ottawa alive. It did end up going to shootout, and Ottawa takes the W 4-3. Ottawa is back at home tomorrow for a matinee game against the New York Islanders.
And a new mascot has entered the arena.
Utah Mammoth have revealed their mascot called Tusky.
What an entrance. Tusky emerged from a block of ice before their home opener against the Calgary Flames. You'll definitely catch Tusky around tonight at Utah as Utah hosts the Sharks. Mammoth versus a shark. Interesting battle.
Yeah, absolutely. And look at that. Busting through the ice.
Yeah, hockey's back in full frame. Again, it is a really good time if you enjoy sports to have all this going on. It's an exciting time.
Except if you're a Red Blacks fan.
Except if you're a Red Blacks fan. Yes,
just had to throw that in there. The good news is the weather's looking great for their last game of the season. At least we're going to see a beautiful day for some football. 13 is our high for today. Average is about 12.4. So we're just slightly above the average. But really, this is normal for this time of the year. Beautiful temperatures across the region and very sunny into our forecast into our afternoon. 13 for Cornwall, Brockville, 14 down in Kingston, Trenton, some areas, Pembroke, Bancroft, Trenton to the west of us. You could see a few scattered showers into your early morning hours, but into the afternoon, that sunshine will be shining. A high of 13 for us here in the city, and the 7-day forecast is absolutely beautiful, especially into Sunday. Tonight, not nearly as cold, dropping down to 9 degrees, so we will see a warm overnight. Then tomorrow, a little bit cloudier for that football game with some great football weather, a high of 15, so it will be quite warm for this time of the year. Then gorgeous on Sunday, a high of 23, big sun and cloud to end off the weekend. Enjoy it. Next week is looking a little wet. There is a chance of showers for Monday right through till Thursday. Starting off a little bit warm, but then into the middle of the work week, temperatures will actually be a little bit below seasonal.
Weather brought to you by Yeggendorf Rashid. Experience, knowledge, and a commitment to excellence.
And we're still dealing with slowdowns on the drive-in this morning. It's been a tough drive-in as we did have a couple of collisions. Right now we are collision-free. Seeing a 10-minute delay on the 417 eastbound from Pinecrest to Rochester. 417 westbound, a 5-minute delay from Saint Laurent to Parkdale. The bridges from Gatineau are all moving well at this time.
Well, whether you love it or not, it is pumpkin spice season. I had the chance to speak with chef and cookbook author Charmaine Broughton about some cozy pumpkin recipes for your fall in your kitchen. It is always a wonderful day when Charmaine Broughton joins us on our Your Morning Kitchen, and this is such a fun time of year. We can feel a little bit festive, you know, starting to get into the cooler months, and you have brought some fun with you today.
I certainly have.
Savory pumpkin spice recipes.
Ooh.
So we all know pumpkin spice in a latte or muffins or a pumpkin loaf. I actually have great recipes up on my website for all of those things. But I also like to incorporate pumpkin spice into savory dishes.
I love it.
Starting with my creamy pumpkin pasta bake.
Nice, you got it.
Yeah. Say that 5 times fast.
Yeah.
With a seedy sourdough topping. I'm going to pat myself on the back for that.
Charmaine knows what she's doing.
Yeah. So let's just start off by talking about pumpkin spice.
Okay.
So you can absolutely buy pre-made pumpkin spice or you can make your own. So the recipe for mine is up on my website, charmainebroughton.com. I like to do a mixture of ground ginger, cinnamon, allspice, cloves, and cardamom.
Okay.
So that's the combination that I like, but if you love more ginger than cardamom, make this work for you and your family, and or just buy the pre-made pumpkin spice.
Got it.
So, for the creamy pasta pumpkin bake.
Nice. 2 for 2.
We're going to start off by sautéing an onion in a little bit of butter and a little bit of oil.
Okay.
So I just like to use a white cooking onion. You could do a leek, you could do a shallot, but I'm all about like simple and economical ingredients, and white cooking onions are kind of just that. I'm not sure about the heat happening here, so it might just be the pretend pasta bake.
TV magic, yes. No, I can hear it sizzling.
Well, and it does smell spectacular, and that smell of onions is phenomenal.
Yeah.
So now we're going to start to build some flavor. So from here, we are going to add some dried sage leaves.
Okay.
So I prefer dried sage leaves over the ground sage. If you were using ground sage, I would suggest only using about 1/4 teaspoon, but again, all of the info is up on my website.
Okay.
And then some of that pumpkin spice, like
layered
this.
in there.
And then a little bit of chili flakes. The chili flakes are optional, but it's just a wee bit. If you and your family didn't like chili flakes, you don't have to add it.
I like them.
Oh, okay, perfect. I'm gonna add more then. Yay!
Yeah, another dose.
And then a little bit of garlic powder. You could use fresh garlic, but garlic powder is just convenient.
Okay.
So we stir it all around.
Yep.
And now we are going to add the creaminess. So you want to use 35% whipping cream for this, okay? It is a little bit indulgent, but a little bit goes a long way. And this isn't something that you eat every single day. And the 35% cream just makes it.
It's a treat.
Yeah. And then the pure pumpkin puree, just like this. In that goes. You want to make sure that you're not using pumpkin pie filling.
Oh, right. We got about a minute and a half here.
And then parm. And then parsley, and then rosemary all work well. And then we can't forget the pasta.
No, we can't forget the pasta.
So I like to use the Etel pasta artisan. So I like to use the penne because of the hole, so it the sauce can get in the hole, right?
Yes.
Like absolutely, the more the merrier. The great thing about the Etel pasta artisan, rougher texture, so it really absorbs all of that sauce, and made in Canada with 100% Canadian wheat.
Woo!
Okay, so we stir that all together.
My favorite.
You want to reduce the sauce, and it will reduce, but we're kind of pretending here today. Then from here, we're going to make a breadcrumb topping.
Okay.
So we've got some breadcrumb, some parm, and then a little bit more rosemary and parsley. Oh, and a little bit of salt in this and this, most important ingredient in the kitchen. We stir all this together. And then we want to make sure this is well combined, which it's not, but you're going to make sure it's well combined at home.
Yeah.
The crumb topping goes on top, into the oven for about 20 minutes at 400. The topping gets like crunchy and ooey and gooey, and the cheese melts.
Oh, and it just like crusts
and it's
on
this
top.
Amazing, it's almost like a pumpkin spice macaroni.
Oh my goodness.
Absolutely phenomenal.
Mac and cheese.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, do we have time for one more recipe?
Oh, we can, if it's under 20 seconds.
Okay, my pumpkin white bean dip. You're gonna take a can of white kidney beans, mix it with some pumpkin puree. All the ingredients and methods and everything are up on my website. And it's like a savory pumpkin hummus. And then you can put it in a little small pie pumpkin for your little serving dish. And then you can garnish it with some seeds like this. And you've got this healthy, delicious pumpkin spice white bean dip. And I also like to use the dip as a sandwich spread.
Yeah. There's never enough time because you have so much advice. CharmaineBroughton.com for all of your recipes and everything that you do. Really appreciate your time this morning.
My absolute pleasure.
I mean, I don't know, that still looks really good, but I don't know if I'm fully convinced on the pumpkin spice just quite yet. But If you know of a great local chef or restaurant who should join us in your morning kitchen, let us know. Email us yourmorningottawa@ctv.ca. Taking a peek outside through our Centennial Glass sky cam. Little cool out there this morning, but the sun is shining on your Friday. Sens win. Jays win. Red Blacks hopefully get a win this afternoon into the weekend. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
It's that time of the year again. Pumpkinferno is back. Take a trip out to Morrisburg and experience more than 9,000 hand-carved pumpkins in all shapes and sizes. This is a great one for the whole family and a great way to get into that spooky Halloween spirit. It's open every weekend until November 1st. Staying with that Halloween theme, but adding dogs into the mix. Stay with me. It's the Hintonburg Halloween Party. This is happening tomorrow at the Parkdale Market, and it's a dog parade and market, raising money for local rescues. The dogs are dressing up in costumes. If you have a dog, feel free to bring them, dress them up. I'm going to be there with Finn. We will see you there. And last on the list today, if you've got one coming up, it's time to start planning your special day at the Capitol Wedding Show. This is Sunday only at the Ottawa Conference and Event Center, and it's your chance to meet with experts and vendors that can help you plan your wedding ceremony and reception. Plus, there's going to be live entertainment, prizes, and food and drink samples. Get your tickets online in advance for just $12. As usual, lots more happening around Ottawa this weekend. The full list and all the details are at ctvottawa.ca/weekenders. For the iHeartRadio Weekenders, my name is Tanea Taylor. Have a great one.
iHeartRadio Weekenders is powered by Barhaven Ford, Ottawa's newest and largest Ford store, and Eastern Ontario's Ford EV leader.
October is Fire Prevention Month, a time when local fire departments and fire safety partners come together to raise safety awareness to help you feel more confident and prepared in the event of emergency. We have fire safety educator Nicholas Caldereri with us from Kidda to share some really important information that can help you and your loved ones stay safe. We got to welcome Nicholas. Good morning to you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you on here. First off, before we get into some of those details, can we talk about stats here?
Yeah, absolutely. Just this year in Canada, there have been over 10,000 residential fires. And in Ontario specifically, the Office of the Ontario Fire Marshal has found that fire fatalities are up this year at 76 compared to 67 last year. So the most important thing you can do is to have a working smoke alarm because it could double your chances of safely escaping a house fire. And we even see that 20, 30 years ago, you had 17 minutes to escape a house fire. That's now down to 2 minutes or less.
That's it.
I know.
It's so quick. Right.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about how we can keep ourselves safe. First off here, we got the smoke alarms. When do we know when we should replace them?
Well, certainly when it is yellow like this one, it is definitely time to replace it.
I had one of these, and I had to replace it recently.
Yeah, and it happens every 7 to 10 years.
Okay.
So that's something I would look out for. Also, look at the date on the back of the alarm. Usually add 7 to 10 years from that date, and that means it's time to replace. But why not get a new 10-year sealed-in battery kit, a detect alarm? That'll save you a bunch of hassle of replacing the batteries throughout the year. So it's a great solution, I would say.
7 to 10 years, right?
Yes, exactly.
And usually it's marks there, so you will know.
Yeah, you will know.
Yeah,
absolutely. And we have different options too. We even have a 2-in-1 smoke and carbon monoxide, which is known as the silent killer. So if you want that dual protection, we have that as well.
That is very, very helpful indeed. Tell me about this AR tool.
Yes, it's a really cool initiative as part of Cause for Alarm, which is our fire safety education campaign that offers free tools and resources like this tool. It's called Prepare, Plan, Practice. It uses augmented reality to do a fire drill simulator so it can show you what a fire would look like in your home. It's great for visual learners, families, kids, but even people without kids, the whole population in general. Just a fun way to learn about fire safety. You can practice a fire escape plan against a 2-minute timer. So really a gamified learning experience.
That is really important because I remember, you know, when you're in elementary school, you'd get the fire safety, you'd have to go through the motions.
Yes.
There was a fire safety drill, right?
Yeah.
And then the alarm would go, and then you'd have to know where to go, line up, da-da-da-da. So this is taking you through it in a way just like that. going through that practice.
And
Good.
that's a great point. That's part of why we created the tool was we practice fire drills in school, but not really at home. So it's a great convo for parents and their families and their children to have together.
What is Kidda up to this weekend?
We are up to a lot. We are at the Home Depot on 1900 Baseline Road in Ottawa from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. If you show us a picture of your old alarm, we will give you a new 10-year Kidda Detect alarm. So you definitely want to come out for that. But also, the Ottawa Fire Department will be there with some fun games and activities for kids. So it'll be a fun time tomorrow at the Home Depot in Ottawa.
Okay, that is fantastic. Nicholas Calderari, thank you very much for coming by here, giving us some really, really important tips on fire safety. Really appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicholas. Will, over to you.
Well, your morning could potentially get a lot richer because we are continuing to give away that $20,000. And it is time for today's code word. We've given you many ideas over the last couple of weeks, although they are changing ever so slightly. Melissa and I were talking about a sauna. Rosie's just being selfless, giving it all to her daughter. But we actually can't win the contest. You can. Today's code word is Friday. So head to the contest page at ctvottawa.ca, or you can scan that QR code on the right side of your screen. Enter code word Friday along with all of your information for your chance to win CTV Your Morning Ottawa's $20,000 giveaway. Make sure to tune in on Monday. We will have a brand new code word for you. Good luck to everybody. And on your Friday, not just the code word, but a Good Vibe Friday as the sun continues to shine on our Skycam from George Street. We will be right back, and maybe we have some more pet pick costumes to show you. Well, welcome back, everybody. As promised right before the break, I said we might have some extra pet Halloween costumes to show you. And thank you to our viewers, because we do have some more.
Look at this one right here. Hello, Max.
Aww.
Or should I say your eminence? Max has the Pope.
I love it.
You can barely see Max just covered in that full costume. That's a good one. Next up, we have Willow as Anne of Green Gables.
Yes, with the braids.
Oh my goodness, just the coming down on the sides there. Good pose,
so good.
too.
We also have Jerry as a barista. Stop it right now.
Oh, I can't.
That is the best. Oh my goodness.
Next up, Rosie as a spider.
Not much of a scary spider.
No, not too scary. I think I see the legs on the side there, kind of like orange and black.
Sweet
Look at
spider.
Rosie.
And then on the flip side of things, we got Diesel as Thor.
Don't mess with Diesel. Don't mess with Diesel.
And we also have Bernard as a farmer and his dogs as pigs. Look at that. The whole family is in a costume. Why is it so cute when you switch the animals, right? When you do dogs as pigs or when you dress up pigs as dogs. Like, it's just so cute.
It's so good. Like, how funny. I still think that the Pope one was my favorite because it's just like standing there with power.
So good.
That was really great. Now, we started off looking at pictures. Melissa, you started it all up with your beautiful, dearly departed
My little sweet Zoe, yes. Who will not be here for Halloween this year, but she's here in spirit. And I have so many fun photos to, like, look back on of her dressed up in costume.
And looking good. Mama knew what she was going for. The cameras had the poses on lock, the fits were on lock. A Bumblebee from day one.
I wish we had the Doggy Parton, though, because I know she would have loved the Doggy Parton costume with the pink Dolly Parton with the hat and the whole ensemble would be so great. So she would look good in that.
It's going to be a gorgeous weekend.
Absolutely.
I'm off on assignment all next week. Enjoy the weekend.
And you enjoy your assignment.
Thank you so much. You take good care.